Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
I was jerking off to Triple H working out, so at least now I got something of variety, okay? It's 2018.
Hold the phone.
We can't throw those words around here anymore, okay? Hit the big
midget.
boot. He hit, okay, yeah, goddamn midget. The fucking midget.
You're agreeing with Bomber. There you go, Rami.
There you go. Hey, man knows what he's talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio, episode number 71. We got some people here today. It's not just me and Scott today. We got a couple more. Yeah, we got a couple more here to talk some good old wrestling. First of all, Lee, it's actually working. Skype is working for him. He is here. How you doing, Lee? How's the past couple weeks been? You been doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing way better than I was the last time we were going to record. Fucking Skype. I almost hate Skype as much as I hate the WWE right now. So
there's a little there's a little preview of what's to come. Scott though is here. Scott, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm here again.
Power trip, you said.
Yeah, exactly. Our 2-man power trip of a podcast. I don't know. I'll talk for more hours. Whatever. They can talk too. It's all good.
Well, there you go. And Matt Zion, he's here after what? You went to a convention or something? Just
yeah,
recently?
but first I have to sing this song. Look right down in the crowded hall. You see there's a beauty standing. Is she really everywhere? Oh, a reflection. Yeah, I went to a convention called ClamorCon. It was called ClamorCon the first year, which I always assumed it was going to be like a makeup thing, which I was always confused why I was invited.
Yeah, what?
But it's actually like this really, really good friend of mine that lives in New York who's a lawyer for like YouTubers and stuff. And he mostly specializes in like family channels and whatnot, representing them legally. Because like you totally need that now because YouTube is the worst. But that's it. He just gets everybody together and you basically just make a bunch of contacts and stuff. And there's no like fans allowed. It's all just actual YouTubers that he invites. And there was about 600 different channels that were there. So it was fun. It was good. You know, I just basically just learned that YouTube fucking hates us. That's all. That's essentially everything I learned about that trip. But other than that, it was good seeing, like, you know, the guy that arranged it and seeing a bunch of friends and stuff. So it was fun.
Well, I will say thank you for representing Jobber Radio.
I did. When I signed in, I put Jobber Radio on my badge.
Yes, yeah, no reckless eating. It was obviously Jobber Radio. Yep, that makes sense.
Then they kicked him out of the convention.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And we got Mr. Peanut here. Peanut, how have you been doing? I heard you went to a live show not too long ago, huh?
Well, it wasn't a live show. It was Backlash.
That's
live shows are now house shows.
Yeah, you know what I meant. I meant a live wrestling event.
I didn't. I was super confused. I had to go back in my mind and think. Last time I went to a live show was 2005 SummerSlam, a Heatwave tour. So.
And this is what you followed up with? Wow, that's pretty big.
He didn't know going in.
That's pretty big.
That's like jumping off a fucking cliff. Like.
That's great. But yeah. So that's the crew we got. Rab is in the wings, maybe. Who knows? He might jump in the middle. Just heads up for that. But, okay, first of all, before we get into the Backlash stuff, me and Scott did talk about the greatest Royal Rumble on the last episode. I just want to give, like, what were you guys overall? You know, we do the thumbs up, thumbs down. What did you guys think of the greatest Royal Rumble? Who wants Zion, did you watch it?
So I didn't watch the whole thing. Because I'll be quite frank with you, it was very boring, a lot of it, and I think it's weird. I got into a debate with my friend, Old Man Tom, on the Reckless Eating crew about it because he didn't watch it at all. But I kind of fell into the camp of fuck Saudi Arabia. Like, okay. I understand why they did it. I understand they're getting like $200 million for like 10 years. It's a great corporate move. But, like, after all of this Divas Revolution and, like, having a main event and having Stephanie, like, stroke her big sausage to how she created all of women's wrestling, it was just like, what a fucking terrible move on their part to be like, well, fuck you women, goodbye. Now, I have heard through the grapevine that they did give, like, basically they paid out not only the men, they paid out the women as well. Like they just treated it as like a bonus type thing. So they did get paid, but it's like, I don't know, just like that is 100% like their real colors shining through. They don't care about the women. They're gonna do anything they can for money, and it just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth because that's like similar to what I'm dealing with YouTube right now, where they continue to tell us like, oh no, we have your backs and we love the creators, and then every decision they make though is just like, no, definitely you don't. Like you 100% don't.
Well,
but what were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying. I'm gonna say I 100% see what you're saying, but man, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money. It's a business. It is a lot of money.
And again, I don't blame him. But what my point I was making was that it just made the show not enjoyable for me personally. I just was like meh on it. But also the Cena Triple H match was horrendous. Even though it had like amazing crowd reaction, the crowd was giving it the Hogan Rock treatment, which was kind of crazy because I didn't expect that. But man, Cena and Triple H could not have called a louder match in the fucking ring. I guess Cena's goal, or Triple H's goal, was Cena's known for calling spots really loud, right? That's pretty normal thing. Triple H was like, "Watch this, kid." Like there was parts where they went into a test of strength, and I heard Triple H go like, "What do you want to do?" Like I was like, "What the hell? Why are you? I never hear Triple H talk." Like that was really weird. Maybe they were nervous, or maybe the audio in the ring wasn't very good, or who knows?
Maybe it was just too loud. They couldn't hear each other.
Maybe. It's maybe. But I watched that, and then I watched about half of the Greatest Royal Rumble, and I don't know. There were certain things I liked about it. I loved the Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan interaction. That was short-lived, and I'm sad that it's very possible that might be all we get if one of them doesn't hold up, long-term. But it was cool to see that. There was a couple little moments that were fun, but I kind of hate the idea that like this Rumble just broke all the Rumble records, and yet I guarantee you they're never going to do it ever again. Next year is going to be something else. I think they did this because they just had to get something out there that was big, and so they're like, oh, well, we'll do like the best Royal Rumble ever. Like they're never going to do Greatest Royal Rumble again. It's going to be something different when they go back. But like, I don't know. I hated that.
Yeah. Lee, did you end up watching it?
Yeah, it was a really big, really perverse, disgusting host show is basically what it was.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but essentially it's kind of a microcosm of the U.S.'s relationship with Saudi Arabia over the years. They're a terrible country with terrible fucking human rights abuses, and they're disgusting. They have a disgusting fucking culture, as far as I'm concerned. The prevalent culture in their country, and I thought the show was really boring. I thought it was just basically an overblown host show. And hey, I'm glad Vince and co get to have all kinds of fucking money out of it and whatever. Great for them, but fuck that show.
Okay. I see what you're saying. The show wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. I came home after I got off work. I got off work at 11:30. I got home at noon. I literally loaded the show up, and I had an afternoon of wrestling. It wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah,
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I hope I'm not sexist, but I didn't once think, oh man, there should be women on this show. I didn't think about the the stuff that was involved. Like, yeah,
it's okay, man. We forgive you for being sexist. It's okay.
But I mean, I'm not, but I'm just saying, I just enjoyed watching the show. I mean, yeah, Cena, Triple H, Cena looked like he was in slow motion. I don't know what was going on there. Like he would hit the ropes and he would literally be in slow motion. I don't know what was going on. Triple H was out of the two way better there, but
he was slowing it down for the old man is what he was doing.
Yeah,
and I mean Matt's right. They were fucking calling spots loud, man. Like it was disgustingly loud. How fucking but I mean, the biggest problem is that the WWE really does over mic around the ring. They have a big problem with that. Like,
especially recently, like it's getting worse.
I don't know why they do it. Like they're just I know why they do it because they don't give a shit. But they're just giving away. They're just giving away the fact that, like, just fucking serial fucking transgressors as far as calling spots, like fucking Cena. You pick up every fucking thing he's saying. Like, he'd be sitting there in a fucking lockup with Triple H. Oh, man, my fucking groin really itches, man. Fucking, could you scratch that when you give me a suplex and shit?
Fuck.
It's dumb.
So, Scott, did you end up watching the show?
We talked about it last week for an hour.
What? No, we talked about the build-up. That was before the show.
Oh, that's right. We talked about it like the day before.
Yeah, it was literally the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was pretty much what we kind of figured it would be, except not nearly as many possibilities happened. Like, we figured, they could do anything. Yeah, they didn't. They just did kind of generic house show stuff. It was a big rumble. I'll never say no to a rumble. I agree with Matt. It kind of asterisked up a lot of numbers and records and things. Like, it is what it is. They already had the 40-man one, which kind of fucked with that, but whatever. Braun Strowman was fun, and all the interactions were cool. And there was some interesting stuff in there.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rab's here. Rab is here.
The rest of the card was kind of meh, because they didn't really do much beyond... Like, it was house show. It was like, there's a title match. Yeah, nothing changed.
I was totally misled, too. I know everybody was like, it's going to be a house show, but they built the Greatest Royal Rumble up to look like a massive non-house show.
They had we're recording already, right?
Yeah. Yes, Rab. We are.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Rab.
There you go.
I mean, Rab. If you guys really believe something would happen, you guys are all fools.
That's what I was going to say to it. Like, Bomber was sold on it, and I was like, yeah, they could. I hope they do. But I mean, the point.
I think I said it. I said it between us a bunch of times that there was no way I was going to watch it. I had no interest because I knew it was going to mean nothing. It was just bullshit. It was nonsense. It was a house show, and it was exactly what I expected of it.
Hey, Rab, we take turns around here now.
Fuck it. Yes, I'm going to start now.
There you go.
That's what I get for coming in late.
That's what I get for you coming in late. I want to finish what I'm saying. What it was. It was basically the idea, like, they sold you on it, Bomber, and they sold us on it, like, the idea. Nobody else was bought out of the group here, but we were like, I'll buy into that, and I'll see what they do. Yeah, they didn't.
I wasn't really disappointed, though. I wasn't really disappointed, though.
They literally, their job was to sell us on it, and they did. And we were like, shit, buyer's remorse. A little bit. I mean, tag titles change. That's kind of fun. There's some stuff here and there. As far as for the whole no women thing, yeah, that's a real shit show of a thing. I mean, the fact that they're paying them, cool. I did say last show that I thought they missed out an opportunity of having a women's only show at the same time to be like, fuck you, we'll do one of our own. Mm-hmm. That could have been a thing they did. They didn't. They get a free payday. Fair enough. To go with what Matt said when he started, though, you found out where their morals are. It's $200 million over 10 years. Like, they should have been like, no, we're better than that. We'll pay you this much. Okay, we can look the other way. Like, we literally found where their moral high ground is and how much that costs. Man. Which is, I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
I was gonna say, my moral
high ground isn't that high.
You know what really pissed me off is listening to the announcers the week afterwards on Raw and SmackDown talking about what a progressive country Saudi Arabia was becoming. Fuck you.
Now, I will say that I've seen this in the Discord chat because there was a lot of stuff going around about it. Discord people will be happy I mentioned them. The whole idea, the Bomber, you and I were on the same page on this, where if they don't do anything to try to be progressive, nothing will happen. People are like, they should wait till it changes. When the potential of doing nothing means nothing changes. So if you try something, maybe it'll change. Maybe not. Who knows? That's the attitude that you and I had, at least. I know that. Of at least try to do something, try to get in there. So we want women on the show. They say no. Maybe next time. Work it out. Try to get progressive in that sense. Am I saying that WWE is going to change a country's laws? No. But still, doing nothing means nothing happens. It's a guarantee. If they try something, who the fuck knows what could happen? It might help in some way or something. And people saying to sit back and wait, that's not how it works. But should they have done it? That's a different story altogether. They probably shouldn't have done it based on a financial payday. So, I mean, you still have moral shit show in there, but...
So, obviously, Rab didn't watch it, as we just found out a couple seconds ago. Peanut,
no.
did you end up? Okay,
nope,
well, okay.
I was told, I think, by you guys beforehand. Someone was like, "Hey, don't actually watch it. It's just a house show." Or maybe that was just Rab.
That wasn't me. Yeah, I was about to say that was probably Rab.
That was definitely me.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it was also in the middle of the day. It was at noon. It started at noon on a Friday.
For people 9 to 5, whatever, like jobs, I understand that would not be good for you guys. Like, for me, it worked out perfect. And it was an afternoon of wrestling. Like, well, pretty much an afternoon and...
Afternoon? It's still like 7... How long was it? 7 hours?
No, it ended at like 5:30. It was like 5 hours, 5.5 hours, somewhere around there. but that's Eastern time anyway. But no, yeah, how it was a big glorified house show with big names and big stars, and it was a fucking 50-man Royal Rumble. I was not disappointed. I don't think it was a great show. I don't think it was a very memorable show, but I enjoyed it. That same as like if I go to a house show, I mean, it was still like decent. It was still a good, enjoyable show. I wouldn't say, oh my God, that was the fucking worst show. It was the biggest waste of time ever.
I didn't say that either.
Well, that was Rab. That was more Rab's side.
That's different if you were at the house show.
Well, I'm not Saudi Arabian.
Don't
that's
compare
true.
it to going to a house show and watching wrestling live.
Or watching watching a house show, yes. On TV,
no, I don't watch a house show on TV either.
Well,
There's a different mentality in the product. And when you're there for the live crowd and they're doing a bit different, it comes off differently. But when you simply put cameras on that, it doesn't quite translate. They do things different than TV. And
almost they made it worse because they tried to act like it was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
They definitely did. Like when they did
and
Beast
they
in the
could have
East.
made it be one, but yeah.
When they did Beast in the East, they didn't pretend like this is a huge deal. It was just like a cool thing they were doing, reaching out to Japan, and it was going to be on the network. That was cool. But this, they were trying to sell you like it was a big deal, though obviously it wasn't. They can't afford to do anything that's a big deal at fucking noon on a Friday.
Yeah,
I think they almost had to sell it though, like that it was a big deal. Not like it was in contract form, but
no, honestly,
it was
probably
weird how it started off as like this weird like you're never gonna hear it. You're just gonna read results on .com and that's it. And then it became like WrestleMania production value.
You know what? I don't think the wrestlers actually came in with the mentality that this was a big deal. I think they came in with the sort of host show mentality, and I think it shows in the matches. And honestly, that kind of leads credence to explaining why Cena and Triple H were yelling out their spots like fucking crazy men, because they were expecting, this is host show material. It's not Mike the they had in their minds like. We can yell out our spots because no one's going to fucking hear it, but, they were actually miking the fucking ring like they would mic for an actual pay-per-view instead of a house show.
So, the only thing that I really, this really, is everybody pretty much, I'm going to move on here. I don't know if you guys are still done shitting on the greatest Royal Rumble.
I'm done.
Okay.
See, we were done, but then you brought it back.
No, I didn't want to cut it off if somebody really wanted to say one more thing.
I want to move on here, but I just don't get why no one else liked it.
God, exactly. I don't know why you guys are hating on it. It was a great show. No, it was okay.
Really
it was an
sounds
okay
like
show.
it wasn't a must see, but it was missable. But
It's weird.
You don't regret.
Weird.
But you don't regret watching it.
Better than Backlash.
No, I mean, if
100%. By the way, 100%.
Honestly, if I had been off on Friday at noon, I'd have thrown it on.
As this is going to be controversial here, especially in this room, but I actually 100% God honest truth. I enjoyed it more than I did WrestleMania. 100%. I really did. I know.
I'm not surprised by that. You are always wrong.
I know, Bomber. You're still filling up your dirty diaper
That
over
includes
WrestleMania. So
just realize that includes over an hour of Daniel Bryan wrestling.
That's what I was getting at.
1/5 of that Rumble included Daniel Bryan doing stuff.
Yeah,
You didn't get
You
twitchy.
liked it more. Wow.
There you go. See,
Bomber can grow.
There's a positive note in there. But anyway, I think that this show really did. Okay, we're gonna go to Backlash now, and I think the Greatest Royal Rumble, as well as the Superstar Shakeup, really did fuck up Backlash and really mess with the mood. Now, I have no doubt. In my opinion, I think WWE is going to be completely fine going forward after the show with the both rosters. But I think the reason why a lot of people are hating on Backlash is because of the Greatest Royal Rumble a week before it, and the shakeup completely messing up all the matches on the card, or most of the matches.
Where do you think that the Greatest Royal Rumble enters into people hating on Backlash?
No, I think it cut took the wind out of the sails. It really messed with the jive of
it. It was promoted as a bigger show than Backlash was.
I could see that.
It made Backlash
came
an
off that
afterthought. Yeah, it made
It did.
Backlash an afterthought.
My thought though, talking about how the matches, like, it really messed with the matches because Joe's on SmackDown. Now Reigns versus Joe is different. No, it's kind of neat in the sense, like, it makes it a specialer match where you're not going to get to see a rematch anytime soon.
I mean, we always get that. I think we always get that after the shake-ups or the draft or whatever.
Happens. Yeah, it's nothing new. But it adds it. Like, we're not going to see it 9 times over and get bored of it like other feuds we're watching on SmackDown for the WWE title. It makes it a little more special in that sense of a differentness. Also, it's always fun to see cross-brand stuff, and not like it's like, oh, now he's on SmackDown. Now it's special. No, it's just you're not going to see a rematch until who knows when. It does add that to it, I think. Just the fact that Joe got moved to SmackDown doesn't make me less interested in their match. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense.
It made me a little less interested. I'll say a little bit. I mean, like, there was nothing at stake.
Well, there never was.
No, I mean,
there were several matches on this show.
It should have been something like, you know, what would have been fun and would have made it a little more interesting is he would have kind of shit on SmackDown, but say like the winner gets to choose what brand that they go to. You know, or they stay on. Like, Roman, does he want to go to SmackDown or is he going to go to Raw? And if Joe wins, then he gets to choose or something that's like give it some, especially because it was the main event. If it was just a regular match,
I was going to get to that.
You want to talk about
why is it the main event?
The WWE title was the third last match, and then you had 2 Raw matches to finish off the event, with neither being the title.
And that's when everyone in the arena took a big gasp.
I think we should do the order of it, though. Let's get into it.
So here we go. First of all, we're gonna do the thumbs up, thumbs down. We can make this super quick. Does anybody give this show a thumbs up? We can do this quick.
Oh. Yeah, I think it was fine.
I didn't love it. More thumbs in the middle for you.
I was very middle. I would be like a total 100% middle of the road.
Zangief thumbs in the middle. That's what I got. Give you that one.
Hey there, Mother Teresa. Fuck.
Yeah, I unfortunately.
I'm giving a thumbs up. I'm giving a Batista thumbs up right before he put the thumb down.
See, that's what I wanted to get to for Peanut because he was there live. I wanted to get his. Was it better live than a lot of the reaction, like people watching, like we did? Like, was it better? Was the show decent live for you?
I was going to ask, have you gone back and watched it since Peanut?
No.
Okay, so you can't compare. Okay.
Yeah. I was actually curious to see your opinion, or everyone's opinion.
Okay.
To see how some of the matches came out.
We'll do you last then, buddy.
Well, I can just keep going here now that I started.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, Peanut.
Oh, crap, that's right. I already did my Batista bit, so.
Okay.
Rab, your turn.
He didn't
I didn't watch it.
He said he didn't watch it, yeah. So,
I wasn't available to watch it.
That's fine.
I'm glad I didn't in the end. Apparently,
it was a missable show.
You're lucky,
but to be fair, it's not like I was excited for it. The build-up's been pretty awful. I made a joke, or a joke was made somehow where I got to the point where I feel like nothing since Mania has mattered at all.
Yeah,
it's true. Pretty much.
Waiting around since Mania happened. So
now that's kind of what the Rumble did, I think, for me, because the build didn't really seem to matter for a lot of it because they were building to that for the Greatest Rumble, and then suddenly, okay, and 9 days later we're doing this one. Oh, okay. Like, they didn't have time to build towards the matches because they had to build toward those matches, then these matches, and it just, I don't know, it didn't seem like it was time for one, especially considering Money in the Bank is, 5 weeks out? Such a huge gap this time, which is good, but it's like, why did you have 9 days and now this? That's odd, but okay. I don't know.
So, before we run through the card real quick, Peanut, did you... The crowd seemed really fucking intense, like, while I was watching. Was it a good crowd?
It was at times. Like, they got really bored during sleeper holds, like more than not sleeper holds, rest holds.
Yeah,
like more than usual.
I've seen a lot.
I was kind of being bothered by a. There was a very drunk row of bros, like 3 people in front of me.
Nice.
And before Nakamura and AJ Styles match, like they didn't give it a chance. They were like chanting for like Enzo, Tommy Dreamer,
during the AJ Nakamura,
Charlie Haas. Yeah, like. For some reason, they were bored.
I heard about those guys chanting for Enzo during the match.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There was a lot of
we want Enzo's.
That went all over. Like, people heard it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just.
Oh, I heard it 100% during the big
bottle lined
Yeah.
up. It was ready to be tossed.
Yeah, it was gross. Like, just please stop mentioning him. I'm fine with the Punk chants, but like, no more Enzo, please.
I mean,
there was a couple Punk chants, but yeah, the Enzo was like.
I mean, obviously, if they were chanting it, they they probably were just fucking with everybody. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree. I
It
just don't want to hear his name
trolling.
anymore.
I mean, they didn't really miss Enzo.
No,
No,
of course
probably.
not.
No.
Which would be funny though if management's like, well, I guess he's over. Bring him back, brother. Like,
Gotta listen to the crowds. You always
the
gotta
one
listen to
time
the
they
crowd.
listen.
Hey, if he found innocent, I say bring his ass back. I'm happy with that.
No, I don't think he was fired
don't.
because of accusation. I think he was fired because they fucking hate him.
I
That's
mean-
what I.
They had a reason.
He's
I
good
think
on.
it
He's
was
good
both.
on. He's good on TV.
He
Though.
was
He's good on.
fired because of his accusation. They didn't feel bad about it because they hated it.
Oh, it's all right. He's good on TV though. I enjoy it. But anyway,
But overall, yeah, the crowd was.
yeah.
They weren't the most. They weren't a post-mania crowd, but you know, they kept it entertaining. And they didn't try to hijack the show too much. So.
Yeah. See, I've heard a lot of comparison to this show. Like the crowd was like a post-Mania Raw after.
Really?
That's the stuff I've heard and read and stuff like that on other podcasts and online and stuff. But again, I
Maybe
didn't get a
was
lot
so
of that.
far
but-
up that like I didn't catch any of that.
That's fine. I didn't really hear much of that. I did hear that the fans just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
But,
let's go match by.
yeah,
Let's
go match by match. Let's go.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to just bring it up real quick. I thought the Ruby Riott Bailey kickoff match wasn't that bad.
I didn't see it, unfortunately. I wish I could have, but I.
Well,
Don't,
I mean,
don't
it wasn't-
remember. Either
it
I didn't
wasn't-
see it, or I don't remember.
It wasn't.
It was actually better than almost everything else on the fucking card.
I do agree. I do agree. It was not bad. Like even there was a little bit of tease with. I've never seen a kickoff show have like backstage segments like building it up before. Like before the match, they had Bailey backstage with Sasha Banks and stuff, and I've never seen that before. That was kind of refreshing.
It was almost like an episode of Sunday Night Heat or something like that.
Yeah.
Before when they used to do it before the pay-per-views.
Yeah, that was a good comparison. Yeah.
You know what I was gonna say though is don't follow any of the Riot Squad on Instagram because it will make you love them.
Oh.
they're so fucking like just likable. Like
Did
their
anyone
stories
see
and what they post.
the up down?
They
down
are real nice, and they are super like friends, and
Yeah, they're really close.
they're all over the place. I follow them all except for Ruby Riott because she makes me feel bad.
Wait. What? What does that mean?
Yeah, well,
I see her face and I just feel bad.
Oh.
I hate you. She's so
I was about
hot.
to say
God damn it.
that's Zion's woman there.
She's officially in my top 5 now. Like she is unbelievably attractive.
wrestlers or just like
wrestling
all
women,
time?
Wrestling
Okay,
women. No, come on, man. I'm not fucking crazy.
that's what I mean. I was taken back.
I don't know if she's in my top 5 of people named Ruby.
Oh my god. Oh. But anyway, yeah, I noticed because that was Zion. This is your two women
Fucking
here.
Ruby Tuesdays.
This is your two women here, Bailey and
I use
Ruby.
peanut oil. I can't eat
The
that.
restaurant's ranked higher.
But anyway, yeah, Ruby Riott got the win, which I mean, I assumed that was going to be a thing. I wasn't surprised by that win, but it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I'm sad you didn't get to see it, Zion. That was your two women there.
No, I mean it's pre-show. It doesn't matter if it's Triple H and The Undertaker. I don't give a fuck about pre-shows.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, it was still good. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I was there and I didn't care. Did I say I was there?
Yeah,
But I was there again. I didn't care.
You were there. What were you, Peanut? You were asking about up, down, down. What was that about?
I was saying Ruby Riott was on it, and it's a very like if you want to hate her, don't watch it because she's pretty likable.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like one of the nicest people in the industry. I remember hearing that from like independent wrestlers before when she was Heidi Lovelace or whatever her name was. Like everybody always said that she was incredibly nice. So yeah, just don't follow her on Instagram. You'll fall in love.
Here's a
So
little.
it's a personality
Oh,
thing. Okay.
and they're actually doing a
hate you.
ride along episode. You guys,
God,
if you guys love the ride along,
she's doing one of
because
those.
when I was leaving the building, I saw them drive past me with the classic black Chevy. So I might be on ride along.
Look at that insider knowledge.
Look at that. Peanut getting you inside right here on Java Radio.
We're breaking news here on Java Radio.
Yeah, we are.
So we do.
But no, just a little side note. I didn't know Ruby Riott had nudes out.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I didn't know that. I found that out in we just added by much popular demand. I was not looking forward to doing it, but on Discord, everybody demanded not safe for work channel. So it was added in there, and somebody dropped some of those down on there.
I cannot abide by that.
There's a little plug, by the way, in case people are looking to join.
Hey,
on
what
the
a
fence.
great podcast this is, where you're
Yeah.
promoting the leaked, stolen nudes of a WWE wrestler.
That's not great.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
not cool.
I honestly can say I think that's really fucked up.
Hey, Hey,
It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, you're more than welcome to masturbate to them, but you're like, hey, go here for stolen nude leak.
Well, hey, I was jerking.
How about we don't do that?
We don't actually, Peanut. We don't know if he stole them. Actually,
that's a good
Never
point.
confirmed who did it.
Well, I mean,
He
I
might
was
be a
jerking off.
master hacker.
I was jerking off to Triple H working out, so at least now I got something of variety. Okay, let's just back
What?
off. Back off. Back off.
IC
Here we go.
title match. So it kicked off.
Did I
IC
miss
title
something?
match.
'Cause
No,
what the
we're
fuck
good
was
here.
that?
We're coming back to that. We'll bank that.
We're not
Let's
coming
get
back
on
to
this
that. Move
terrible
it.
Yeah, we're
card
not
already.
coming back to that. So
No,
IC title match.
No,
Wow,
IC title match. No, for real. No, IC title match. Yes, Seth Rollins, Miz. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Miz. Not crazy, but this was Miz's probably best match in his career.
Awesome. This match, this got me going. I was like, fuck, that was excellent. Like,
Yeah.
that was Rollins. I agree with some people I see online saying Rollins is now the guy. Like, he's finally found his niche as a babyface. Like, he's got it. So he's got the cool factor. He's unbelievable in the ring. And I mean, we've said that before, though.
Yeah.
We were talking about when he was a heel. Like, when he turns face, this guy is going to be spectacular because he's just all over the place. He's so fucking good, and he's a high flyer, but he's safe about it. He's not really doing anything that's like super, super risky. Oh my, this match was awesome. Like, in the near falls, they had me. Miz, I will say, Rollins definitely carried Miz, but that's not like an insult because Miz held his own. Like, he did what he had to do, but this match was as good as it was because I really do feel like it was because of Rollins. Even though I love Miz, I just feel like he played perfectly against Rollins. And this match, no kidding, could be a potential match of the year if it was, if say it's a bad year. But
Yeah.
it's a really fun match. I loved it.
No, I think for WWE, I think no doubt this could be end up being a match of the year. Yeah.
It was awesome. No pun intended.
Oh god.
No, this was the best match on the card.
Oh,
They
easy.
started off big, and fucking goddamn Seth Rollins. Where has he been? Fucking he's just killing it now. Like he's finally sort of gotten back into his groove, I guess. You know, like for a while there after the injury, he just wasn't doing anything all that impressive. I thought, but now he's just having this string of really great matches. And like, yeah, Miz is not a world class fucking worker, but he's kind of like the second tier kind of guy that if you're a great worker, you can carry him to something really great. Mm-hmm. And and like Matt said, he held his own in this. This was a fucking fantastic match. And yeah, as far as like top 10 matches, WWE side of things for the year, this is one to probably put in contention. Like at the very least, honorable mention kind of thing. This was really, really great. This had me excited for the rest of the card. And goddamn, did we fall off a cliff after this match?
Oh yes,
I want to add to that, but like I didn't realize how protected the Miz's finisher was because when Seth Rollins kicked out of it the first time, I was actually taken back. Mm-hmm. Like, wait a minute, no one ever kicks out of it.
Well, that ended quick. Don't worry. Yeah, Rollins is his new. I've realized his gimmick now is to say, "Oh, that's your finisher? Yeah, fuck you." That's like Rollins' gimmick now. I think he took 3 skull crushing finales on the show.
2.
He took 2? Okay. Took 2. Oh, yeah, he was going for one off the top. That's right. And that's when he elbowed him off. And, yeah, that's what it was. But, yeah. 2 kicked out of 2 of his finishers. And I started having flashbacks of that fucking gauntlet match.
Oh, so I was saying that as a good thing.
Knew it.
I was saying this was a good thing.
No, I mean, one, that's cool. That's cool. But that's Rollins now. That's Rollins now. That's his thing.
Not Rollins. That's Reigns. That's WWE.
No, that's
his Fowler. That's everybody.
Yeah, I don't know that I
it's
agree
not
that
his
it's Rollins.
Thing, it's not his thing. It's everybody's
well,
thing.
maybe when he kicked out of 9 during the fucking gauntlet match.
That kicks out of everything now. It's the craziest thing. No one's finisher's protective anymore.
Braun.
There was at one point
Braun doesn't
him in
kick
a
out of
chin
the
lock,
F5.
and I was shocked that Seth Rollins didn't tap out to the chin lock.
This was on the conservative side of things as far as WWE goes, as far as finisher kickouts.
You know what the 2 strongest finishers are, aside from the F5? The RKO and the Tombstone. Because they end people every time. Every other finisher,
Skull-crushing finale
pretty much get people kicking out. Skull-crushing finale is pretty good. The curb stomp was pretty good. They're both up there. So, but at the same time, I'm not surprised when someone kicks out of it, because that's just how it's been.
Yeah,
and I don't even watch it as regular as others because I don't have the network. But I'm still like, oh, of course he kicked out.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me.
Now,
that's main event.
I think it's ever since
5 years.
CM Punk Cena.
Yeah,
well, they've really gone off the deep end.
Rock and Austin at
AA.
WrestleMania 17.
I don't-
like it's not. It's
No. But ever since, I'm not saying it's the first time it's ever happened. I'm saying ever since CM Punk Cena, it became commonplace.
Yeah.
Mania, they would do it, but that was special because it was WrestleMania.
Yes.
But now it's like every match they treat like a WrestleMania match in terms of finishers. So like everybody just kicks out of everything. It is annoying. I wish that they would do a hard reset, and I think it's very possible. Because like it would take a little bit of time, but like with Lesnar, I thought it was dumb because only Lesnar was the one that was putting everybody down. But like if they just did a hard reset and everybody just beat everybody with finishers unless it was like a really big match, I'd be completely fine with that. It's very doable.
And that's what I've been saying this whole time, by the way.
And honestly, I think matches are more exciting where, yes, finishers are super killer fucking moves, but you gotta like really work towards a finisher. Like you can't just be like one of these fucking Triple H, John Cena specials, or the fucking John Cena Roman Reigns match from a while ago, where they were just hitting finishers almost right out of the fucking gate.
Yeah,
like that bullshit needs to stop. I like a match where the idea of a finisher ending the match is definitely a possibility. It's right up there, and you believe it. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen, then there's always other avenues to end the match with, like maybe without a finisher.
Lesnar and Styles.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting.
The best example of that. Lesnar and Styles. Styles was definitely trying to always avoid the F5 because he knew I'm fucked, and he was going for everything else to try to take him out, not his finisher, but other means of winning. That's good. That's really good. There's no harm to go back to that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rollins kicking out is not a gimmick. It's just welcome to main event level stuff in WWE.
Okay. I'm just saying,
for better or worse.
Whenever I see somebody hit a finisher on him, I'm going to be like, okay, well, 2 more of those, maybe 3 more, and he's done.
Yeah, but I feel like that about everyone.
Yeah, it's not just Rollins. For God's sake, no.
So what happened? What was the next match?
The next match was not good. The next match was Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Okay, here let me give you a bad one. Let me give you a quick little rundown of this Nia Jax Alexa Bliss match. First of all, I liked their WrestleMania match. It was a pretty good match. This match was Alexa Bliss beating the shit out of Nia Jax the entire
never
match.
Should have happened.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was awful booking. Just
Bummer,
awful.
I said this in chat with you, but it was basically Braun or Joe versus Lesnar, and then Lesnar pops up and wins. Except it was Alexa doing it to Nia, which is what the fuck?
Doesn't work. Yeah, no. There was a point where she just had her on the ground and she was just like standing on her, like you grabbing the ropes and like look at me just standing walking all. I'm
told you, man. Hey,
oh my god!
Did I not fucking tell you? This is why I don't like Alexa, because what I think is ironic about it is that I'm starting to think it's not the Office, like the bookers doing this. I just don't think she's very good or understands psychology at all, and like the people she's in the ring with, I guess it like depends on who it is. Whereas like Sasha came out looking at least okay. Becky came out looking okay. Charlotte came out looking okay. They still shouldn't have been dominated or crushed like they were. But then you have like Nia is obviously really green, like really, really green. It shows, it's obvious. Mm-hmm. So she's not going to stop Alexa, and that's why I bet you Alexa was calling that match.
I have to disagree with you.
That's it.
There's no way they structure their own matches. There's no way they agent their own matches.
Well, no, they each have agents.
Both of them are too green and too new and too young for them to be given that kind of thing. This match is built this way because for some reason they want to build Alexa Bliss as if she was super strong because she has that same match with people like Charlotte. She has that same match with a lot of people.
That's her though. I just think that
that her?
I think that they come up.
I understand what you're saying about Nia Jax is greener than her. I don't know that that's true, but I understand that. But Charlotte definitely is not greener than her.
Charlotte
has way more and has way more tenure in the company. Has way more pull. This is just the way they're building her matches.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't know how.
I just can't imagine her having the power to do that kind of thing.
It's not power. I think what I'm saying is that they probably go over a match. They put them in the ring. And because this has happened to me before. I went back in my old wrestling days. Like we worked everything out. We get in the ring, and then the guy you're in the ring with doesn't carry his own weight. Like, he forgets what's going on, and then you have to basically pick up the slack. And
you think Charlotte forgot and let
No,
Alexis
but I
Holland?
told you, I think that Charlotte didn't get nearly as squat. Like this was easily the most offensive Alexa Bliss match since that Bailey incident with the kendo stick.
Yeah.
Like this made Nia look like a fucking idiot. Like
Yes.
she did not look good at all. And what's ironic is after like the Raw after Mania, a lot of people gave Nia shit, but I was like, well, of course she'd be smiling. She just won the fucking title. Like, you know, don't do that all the time. But
Yeah.
it's fine. But this match either way, it was an abomination. Like, Nia Jax should have just beat the living shit out of Alexa, maybe done the classic, like, oh, she goes to, like, hit her and runs into something or, like, she halts her own momentum. But Alexa never, ever should have been in control like this. This was just weird. The crowd was stunned.
I didn't watch it,
And
obviously.
some of the problem is, like, people like Alexa Bliss, so they really didn't want to see her get beat up.
Oh, I did. 'Cause
Like,
she's a heel.
no
That's
one's
your
really
That's
job.
the
rooting for
point.
Nia.
That's
Her
the
promo
point.
can't lasted way
Fucking
too long.
I love Alexa Bliss.
Oh, we're gonna
but
get to that
I 100%
fucking-
wanted her to get beat. I mean, the booking makes no sense otherwise.
Yeah.
She's not. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be booked that way. She shouldn't be booked like super. She's the smallest person on the planet.
I was
Yeah.
about to say
And not just that,
she
they
should be the
butchered-
biggest chicken.
she acts as if she was a chicken shit heel. That's how she acts.
She's supposed to
She's
be the Miz
afraid
of the
of
fucking
Asuka.
women's
Yeah.
division.
She's afraid of Asuka. She's afraid of Nia Jax at all times, except for in the match.
Where she beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah,
throughout this
and
match.
I mean, also just on the side of Nia here, who would be afraid of her because her fucking offense is dog shit. Like
I mean,
she doesn't look in the ring. Anyone who says she looks
Yeah,
like
she looks
she's
awful.
credible in the ring, her offense
moveset,
for
ugh.
Scary.
her offense for
I-
a big
I'm-
woman
Who's-
wrestler.
I don't
dog
hate,
shit.
I don't hate on.
Wait, whose offense are we talking about?
Alexa's is
Nia's.
awful. It's been awful. Oh, you're saying? Oh, see, I'm saying Alexa looks awful.
I
Nia's
thought
green
Nia.
though, so I don't really care. Nia's just green. Like Nia has an upside potentially.
I care
Like, give her
because they've
time.
been pushing her as a fucking monster for how long now, and she
No,
hasn't.
but no,
I disagree that Alexa looks bad in the ring. I just think that she does too much of her is about her being offensive, which just makes no sense considering she is like 2'2".
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
And the
I don't think it's that she can't work. It's just that they've
No.
got her in the wrong role completely.
And I think the same for Nia because she shouldn't be the women's Roman, basically. Like she's like, oh, the underdog, gotta fight her way out of this. No, she's the biggest one. She's the monster. Even if she's not acting like a giant monster, you're still bigger.
They do it all the time, though. I mean, like, they did it to Big Show and Kane multiple
Yeah.
times. Like, the moment
Yeah,
they
it
turn
doesn't make
babyface, it's like, oh, okay, well, now they're sympathetic, so they have to get beat up. It's like, no, don't fucking do that. Like, just make her a monster. Like, there's no reason, babyface or heel, for Nia to be on her back for more than, like, 2 seconds. There's just no fucking reason for that.
Yeah, but so after the match, there was a promo. That to me was just as bad as the match.
it was
the
terrible.
crowd was
And it kept
booing
going
the
on.
fuck. Yeah, the crowd was hating it. Were you booing Nia Jax, Peanut?
No, they weren't booing.
What? I heard
They're saying
boos.
boo
They were
earns.
not booing.
I heard
They were
boos.
not booing Nia
I
Jax.
didn't
Wild
hear
Nia
boo,
Jax
but they
was
definitely
talking.
were indifferent. They were indifferent. That's what the way I came off was they were kind of bored with it.
Well, that's part of how the
Alright.
match probably
Yeah,
was
well, the
too.
thing is that like she was like a airplane not landing. Like she was going down, and then there was another plane there, so she took off again. Everyone was like, "Great, let's get to the next match."
Yeah,
she
get
was-
the fuck out of the ring.
She was way too in your face with the "this is for all the girls that are bullied
Yeah.
out there." It was like way too
And-
in your face.
Oh, it was terrible.
Like,
Yes,
But that's, I think, also to go back to the match, might be part of why Alexa had so much offense to show you can stand up to bullies. Look what I just did.
Oh my God, no. But I
no, that's
understand.
probably
if-
exactly what it was.
Oh, I hope not. Oh, whose idea was that? Oh my God, no, hope not. That would be
Stephanie
bad.
McMahon's
no,
probably.
that's definitely what it was.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh man, somebody needs to rethink.
So what
their
was
life.
next?
I mean, next there was a match between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, I think, but
Oh my God, that was so bad.
it was kind of just there.
So many Randy Orton rest holds.
And that's
Orton
too bad.
makes-
They had cool matches. Like
Orton makes almost $5 million a year.
Yeah,
I
and
like
what
both
was-
guys.
He
but-
doesn't care.
What was the reason for this match? Like, what was their feud?
Jeff Hardy is the reason.
No. Here's the reason. Orton won. He was the cashing in on his rematch clause, and it was supposed to be against Jinder, but Jeff Hardy won the title during the SmackDown or Superstar Shakeup. So now it's going to be he's facing Jeff Hardy. There was no build up, nothing like that. It's just the week before he hit an RKO on Jeff Hardy out of nowhere, and that was like the only kind of thing.
To be fair, those two guys shouldn't need a lot of build up to put on a good match.
Well, they had a great feud 10 years ago. It was fun. So I mean, I had high hopes, but
it's not like there's some, they're green or that they're young or that they're still up and coming. These are two established guys that everyone already has, some sort of opinion on.
Look at it this way too.
One of them, there's just no reason they should need a lot of build-up. Yes, build-up would be better. Fine,
but
build-up is great.
I look at it this way: like when Styles and Balor had their match, well, like 3 days' notice, they'd never had done a match before, and the crowd was into it. Like they didn't need a build-up. It itself was kind of a cool thing to see it. But Orton and Jeff had this feud over the title and the IC title, like around a December Rumble kind of situation. Those are some cool, fun-ass matches. So these guys should be like, let's get back in that groove.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
that was a bummed me out.
I don't think it was.
Randy Orton does not care at all.
It's $5 million.
I mean, maybe not.
That's possible. And the match was just too long. That was a big part.
It was just It wasn't a good match. Wasn't a bad match. It was just boring. It was just boring, and nothing really came from it. Just it was there. It was on the card.
The match.
So
it was
that crowd.
That was it.
That crowd didn't care for the Jeff Hardy or the RKO's or Peanut. Nothing really.
Did
the crowd really care much about that one?
No, that sucked the life out of it. Once Randy Orton put on the chin lock and Jeff didn't tap, everyone was like, "What the heck is this?"
So
it's his finisher.
So there we go. So yeah, that was a match on the card. Unfortunately, super forgettable. But moving on, we had a Elias segment. To me, this was my second.
Best part of the night.
This was my second favorite thing of the night.
My favorite thing of the night.
This was your favorite. This was my second favorite thing of the night. 100%. Swear to God. I
was curious how this came across on TV because it was super
enjoyable.
fun to be part of live.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So I heard Scott groan and Lee groan as well. You guys didn't like this?
Why when you have a 3-hour show, it's the first putting all the brands together. Would you have a segment like that when you could easily have a match with these people? Why do you have filler segments when you have two rosters?
It wouldn't have been as fun.
I mean,
fair point.
Because everyone got to do their
chants. If you're putting on a 3-hour show with 6 matches and have to do something different to make it fun, you have a problem with your matches.
Yeah.
Well, that was Backlash in general, though. Yeah,
that's my point.
Honestly, I don't want to see Elias wrestle anymore either.
No, shut up.
He's not that bad.
No, he's great.
Done with him.
He's
awful. He's great.
He's super.
He's not awful. Come on, that's bullshit.
The stuff he's doing with fucking Bobby Roode right now is just terrible.
Oh, that's Bobby Roode is awful though.
No, Bobby Roode's pretty good.
No, he's not. No, he's really not.
No, he's not.
Please name me an amazing Bobby Roode match in WWE. Please, one. Yeah, there you go.
The one he had that was good.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I rest my fucking case.
But
the ones with Elias.
He's not amazing, but he's good.
Okay.
Roode is like a 20-year, 25,000-year veteran.
He
hasn't had a single memorable match in WWE, whereas Elias has only been wrestling for probably like 4 or 5 years, and in WWE for who knows, even less. But it's
I wonder how new. Let somebody look that up.
I'm on it.
How new is Elias, by the way?
I'm already on it.
He's got tremendous potential, I believe.
Of course, I'm on it.
I mean, he's a potential WrestleMania main event guy if he can find his footing in the ring.
If he could learn to wrestle, that'd be great.
He's not bad though. He's still going.
Elias is 30.
That's not bad.
He debuted wrestling 10 years ago.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, then
he was in developmental since 2014.
But he's still pretty great. So either way, I still think
I'm over.
I like it. I like it when he says the walk with Elias thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing he says. I love that.
I like that part. And
I love that you're throwing it away from Roode and towards Elias, where I just made like the ultimate point. Roode has literally had not a single.
Oh no, I was just trying to annoy you.
No, I like Roode, but you're right. He hasn't hit that mark yet. I will not argue that, but I like him.
Actually, I was gonna say before we got to this, before I tried to start trolling Roms, I haven't turned around on Elias yet. But I don't hate him as much as I once did. I do like when he does the walk with Elias, and then that's all cool because they all yell it too. Besides that, I just don't care about Elias. Well, but I used to really dislike him. So
he is amazing with any crowd. He has them in the palm of his hand, and it's amazing.
The fact that on the show, he would take a step away from the chair and like the place like erupted, and then he goes back and they erupt again. All he had to do is take one step both ways, and the crowd was going crazy.
His segments where he's in the ring by himself, like in a chair and shit.
Yeah.
I was watching one not too long ago, and I was thinking, holy shit, like this guy just holding everybody.
Yeah.
But anything outside of that, he just ain't got it right now. I don't know if it's one of those. He'll develop it. But it just ain't there.
I'll agree that he's not great in the ring, and I hope for better. I'm holding out.
I think his current gimmick.
He's not. It's not just he's not great in the ring. He's also not great in segments where he has to interact with other people.
I don't know about that. I think he's fine. I think he holds his own.
I think he's pretty bad.
He was good in this segment. He interacted with people in this segment. I like this segment.
Yeah, I didn't see this one. Once again,
becomes the butt of everybody's joke.
True. But just side note before we move on, yeah, I'm wearing a Elias shirt right now. Walk with Elias shirt. But anyway.
There you go.
Here we go. Moving on here. Daniel Bryan, Big Cass.
Yeah, you're agreeing with Bomber. There you go, Rami.
There you go. There you go. Hey, man knows what he's talking about. All right, here we go.
Hey,
Daniel
over sometimes.
Daniel Bryan, Big Cass. I'm surprised that Daniel Bryan won. Anybody else surprised? I legit am surprised Daniel Bryan won.
Not one bit.
He was winning.
How are you guys surprised by that?
Because I knew he would get his ass kicked after.
Yeah,
he gets the win, but he doesn't get the victory.
How are you possibly? You guys really thought Big Cass was going to win?
Right?
I thought. Yeah, 100%.
Brian's being
100%. Not just that you think. Yeah. You got 100%.
Okay, not 100. Okay, not like 80%. Okay, if you want.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's be fair here because Bomber hates Daniel Bryan. Did anybody else?
I did not.
100% that Brian was going to lose to Big Cass.
Not 100.
No, but I thought there was a good chance.
I thought it could happen if they made a mistake. And
I thought
like, you know what? Let's push this Big Cass
in hell. And yes, these are the guys who get everything wrong.
No, there's that weird situation where they might do it to get Cass over, maybe. But no, I'm like, no, this is Bryan's to win. This is his first match since Mania that matters, Rumble notwithstanding, of an hour. Yeah.
I do want to say something though, because like, dude, Cass did not look good, and if you can't have a fucking good match with Bryan, who is he's pretty damn good about facing just about anybody. He's like a Kurt Angle or an AJ Styles. Like there are stinkers here and there. I wouldn't put him on the level of Angle, whereas Angle like literally can't have a bad match. Like it's always at least passable. But Cass looked out of place. And it could also be ring rust. He has been gone for a while. But like Cass just looked out of place, out of time. And Bryan looked like
I always thought he was terrible. He's only had one. I mean, before this, he only had one solo feud, and it was with Enzo, and that was fucking awful. Oh. He was always the worst part of Enzo and Cass.
Yes. Yeah.
I have no reason to ever believe he's going to do anything well.
We talked about this.
He's way too tan, right?
He's orange.
Man,
we talked about this when he got hurt. This could be the best thing for him to get reinvigorated, come back stronger. Yeah, he just came back.
I thought they did him a big favor here. You can tell they like him. They think that he has potential. That's the only reason why I would say that they put him against Bryan was to see what he could do. But if you on pay-per-view, if you can't have a good match or at least a solid match with like Daniel Bryan, come on, because Bryan looked good. I thought Bryan it looked like Bryan was struggling to carry his ass. Like everything he was doing looked great, and the fans were reacting to him. But the moment Cass had any type of momentum, nobody gave a fuck. It just died a death.
I got a question for you. Was I the only one that noticed every time Big Cass got some offense in, he instantly, all he could do was he just raised his hand up in the air every single time.
Actually, it's funny because when Cass wrestles, especially as a heel, he reminds me of like Natty, but like if Natty didn't know how to wrestle at all.
Great Khali status, where he does that because he doesn't know what else
he does the thing, and then he's like, "I'm a bad guy,"
No, he's telling Vince how big he is. He's like, "Vince, look how big I am."
Somebody made a point in the because we're live on the Twitch as of recording this, but somebody made a good point. It was Cam Popstone said the Universal Title 4-way cast looked pretty good, but that's because he was protected. He didn't do anything. He had 3 other guys to just beat up, and then he got eliminated. I agree he looked good, but like it was designed for him to look good. Then he should have come off like a pretty big threat. And I never felt at any point that Bryan was even remotely in danger. And that's bad because that could be a Bryan thing too. Who knows? But I'm just saying Bryan looked good. Cass didn't. I like the direction they're going with it, as the big rumor is SummerSlam is going to be Bryan and Styles, and then Miz is going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in, and then we have Enzo, or not Enzo, I'm sorry, Cass as the bodyguard for him, and then lead that up to a big feud. Like, hell yeah, I'm all over that. Sounds great. I want to see Miz and Bryan really bad. I think that'd be fun. But like Cass, I think it's time to rethink him as a bodyguard and just get him back to developmental or something. Because he did not look good.
If Cass never shows up again, I won't.
I won't be.
We're probably being I've never been a big Cass fan as well. I've been more on the Enzo train, but Big Cass. This was his first match since back on TV since his injury. I mean, I wouldn't be super hard. This is the first match back. I don't want to say you're wrong. I'm not saying
never had a good one.
I know.
You know what?
I'm just
it
saying.
was also Bryan's fourth.
Yeah, right. And Bryan was out for
Okay, well,
3
you're talking
years.
about Daniel Bryan, though. You're talking about Daniel Bryan, though. Okay?
But he was in there with
A little bit different.
I can see what you're saying, but like, I just don't like Cass.
Right.
That's the problem. I just don't
I
like it.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
he's never had a good match.
I will give
it's
you
literally
that,
never happened.
Bomber, what you're saying, it's his first match back. It's a big spot for him. Yeah, so he should have brought it and delivered. He didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not give him the benefit of the doubt because he's dog shit in the fucking ring.
No, like you can give him some of that, but he didn't come back improved at all.
Well,
he had a year to figure it out. That's what I mean.
Worse.
Like
he looks.
I have a question for all you guys though, and I kind of think this is going to happen now because now that Enzo was cleared, what's the timetable before they give up on Cass and just throw him back with Enzo? I think within a year it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
That'd be great.
But one other thing I was going to say, Matt, about how like maybe it's a Bryan thing. We might still be in that honeymoon period where anything anti-Bryan gets booed by some of the crowds. So Cass on offense, I don't care. It's not what I want. That happens with Bryan.
They didn't happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. But I mean, people like Kevin and Sammy, even as bad guys. They don't give a fuck about Big Cass. So there's a bit of the both sides.
So it was a letdown. I thought it would be better.
He looked like mid-90s Kevin Nash if he maybe had like a lobotomy or something.
If he was Edge.
It's funny because I think he
want to give the match a little bit of
play if he had a lobotomy.
What's up, Peanut?
I want to give this match some credit. It was probably the fourth best segment on the card, maybe third.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but that's not saying a whole. No, actually, I disagree. The SmackDown Women's Title match I think was better than this one, but we'll get there in a second. I want to delve into a little bit of rumor, real quick. There is a lot of rumors going out about Big Cass being in the doghouse right now. Have you guys seen this information?
I saw something where
I saw it. I don't care.
They scaled back on it. He wasn't like the SmackDown stuff scaled back. I saw talk about that.
Yeah, there's talk that
did he leave early?
No, there's talk that Big Cass went against Vince McMahon's word that he wasn't supposed to beat up. He wasn't supposed to beat up a small person.
He broke the #1 rule in wrestling. He didn't follow the script.
Yeah, apparently that's what people are saying. Vince is mad. That's why he tapped out to Daniel Bryan. Is what people are saying. That is why he wasn't on SmackDown this week.
He tapped out fast too.
So wait.
Fast, yeah.
I'm just saying that's the rumor going around. I'm not saying this is true. Yeah.
Why is he in the doghouse, Bomber? Can you repeat that? He beat up a smaller man.
He beat up.
He's in a feud with a smaller man.
Well, no.
He kicked a midget in the head.
Okay. I wasn't trying to.
Then why'd they put a midget in the ring?
Time out, everybody. Hey, it's 2018.
Hold the phone.
We can't throw those words around here anymore. Okay. We can't throw those words around.
Would you prefer
Hornswoggle?
He was a small person.
You're not allowed to say hornswoggle.
He was a small person.
First off, you're looking for little person.
Secondly, little leprechaun.
No, I don't.
Secondly,
here was the problem.
He hit a midget.
Was he not supposed to hit
Vince, here's the problem. Vince said he was not supposed to brutally attack the small person, but what he did was he hit the big boot. He hit the goddamn midget. The fucking midget.
Say little person. Don't say small person.
The little fucking small midget. Okay? How about that? You happy?
Bomber, you're such a
I am 5'7". I'm like a small person.
You bigot.
Anyway, okay, now I get the shit. Here we go. So he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to give him big boot, and that was it. But he apparently suggested to Vince, hey, he asked, can I do the big boot and then give him a beat down afterwards? And Vince told him no. He gave the big boot, and then he gave the beat down afterwards. So that's apparently what's got him in the doghouse, according to the dirt sheets out there.
Yeah, no, that's fair if that's the case. Hey, boss, can I do this? No.
And
does it anyway.
And apparently,
what do you think's gonna happen, idiot?
Exactly.
Well, you know,
that's
you got,
why
you got Triple H. You got Triple H out there always talking about, you know, it's better to ask.
Yeah.
But
Better to ask
permission and
forgiveness.
shit.
Yeah, he should have just done
Well,
it and came back and be like, "Oh, I wasn't
But
supposed to."
some people are saying that's why he tapped out and then he wasn't on SmackDown this past week. He's
I'm
being
I'm
punished,
very
apparently.
excited to
said that,
see.
Meltzer?
I'm very excited to see what happens with him at New Blood Rising.
I'm sure it'll be exciting.
They build a time machine just to job him out into the old WCW roster.
So anyway, Carmella and Charlotte Flair. This to me was like I think one of my my third or fourth. I think this was one of the better things. No, I no secret. I do not like Carmella, but I thought the ending was as good as it was going to get. I think with Carmella winning, I think this was the best chance.
But we now know why.
I have to make a big announcement here, guys. This is pretty big. It's gonna rock the boat.
There we go.
Carmella is no longer one of my boys.
Oh,
what happened?
Whoa, what happened?
She's just awful in the ring. I mean, she makes Alexa Bliss look like a ring general.
She is bad.
She is just. Every time Charlotte tried, man, Charlotte was literally wrestling like a piece of dog shit in there, like a dog took a dump, and Vince was like, "Ha, Charlotte, get out there and have a 5-star match." Well, she didn't have a 5-star match; she had like a 1-star, but that's still pretty impressive considering she's actually wrestling fecal matter. Because it was, she was bad.
Carmella is all character. She's not a good wrestler right now. Hopefully, she gets better. Not saying she's okay. Well, I'm not saying she's never going to get better, but
she's been there for a while. She's not getting better, and she has no fucking business being the champion.
She's been there less than Elias, but apparently he can get better.
Yeah, no, he can get better. He has a beard. If Carmella can grow a beard, then I'll give her a chance.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, why is she the SmackDown Women's Champion? Oh, because she won Money in the Bank, and that's literally it. Charlotte, I know that wouldn't make sense now because Charlotte's out for a while because of her ruptured implant. But like, Charlotte never should have fucking lost to Carmella, and she should have held the title. The plan should have been Charlotte holds onto the title until the next WrestleMania where she drops it to Ronda Rousey. That should have fucking been it. And Carmella is she's just filler, and she's not going to do anything. No one is ever going to buy a ticket to see Carmella. Ever. So why are you wasting your fucking time?
well, she's a heel. You would buy it. You would.
No, plenty of heels. People pay to see Elias.
To see them get beat up.
Yeah, you're supposed to buy to see them get beat up.
No
one
bought a ticket to go see Elias.
That's not true. I would pay to see Elias. I would.
I'd pay to watch his concert.
I don't.
Yeah.
It just feels weird that Carmella beat her 1, 2, 3 in the ring, even though it was like a roll up and stuff.
It's the stupidest thing in the world.
No. I'm saying I thought the ending was okay though.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't think that should happen at all.
I think that the whole point here, Bomber, is we shouldn't be in this position in the first place.
Yeah, that's what gets me.
Okay.
Like she just has no.
Well, we
business
are, but yeah.
now, especially with all the talent they have right now. There's plenty of girls like Ruby Riott.
What? Of course,
she's great in the ring. She's great in the ring. She's the leader of a faction, so you can always feed her minions to other people, and then you can build her up. She is good. Why are you putting all this effort into somebody who has clearly never been good? Will never be good. What's the point?
I disagree here. See, look, Carmella is one of, as far as the females go, one of the better females as far as character-wise. Now, she is not that good in the ring, but she is one of the better characters.
What is her character?
What do you mean?
What is it?
She's like this annoying. She's got I'm the New York, I don't know what you call those people. Yankees?
Jersey.
What do you call them? Yankees? No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
No,
she's got.
I know what you want to say.
She's from
You
Jersey.
want to say liberal is what you want to say.
Liberal? No, that what?
She's a fake New Yorker. She's from Staten Island.
She's from Jersey. She's a fucking Jersey douchebag.
She's just douchebag. That is perfect. Thank you.
There you go. I don't want her as the.
No, she's got that character down though.
I agree with Bummer.
1, 2, 3.
There you go. She's, as far as character-wise, she knows her character, and she stays in character very well. She is very good at being annoying.
I think that's just who she is.
I gotta say, she might be an amazing character.
The nicest, sweetest person in the fucking world.
No. One time I talked to her in a McDonald's, and she was super mean.
I believe the story. I believe the story.
Is that because you walked up to her and you were like, "Yo, do you know where Ruby Riott is?"
No, I walked up. I was like, "Easy, I don't know your song, but I'll sing along." That's what.
Okay, so there you go. Anyway, So moving
No,
on
she's
here.
supposed to be super, super nice.
Moving on here. I mean,
But
I
regardless,
definitely don't want to
I-
get sued for defamation.
Well,
I
what I was
agree.
gonna s-
I agree with Bomber.
what's up, Scott?
I agree with Bomber as far as I do think she is one of the stronger characters. As far as the women go, but a lot of that has to do with the women characters are so weak at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
That has less to do with hers being really good and just hers being better.
Possible.
Ruby would have been such a better person to run with for this title.
She's on a
Who would
different-
have been?
She's on a
do the
different.
Charlotte
Right.
match with her?
You know what's funny? I've
Okay.
never really got, and it's not because I think she's super ugly or anything.
Oh my
but
god.
that's not the reason why.
said no.
Because she's clearly like at least one of the better like wrestlers in ring right now for the women that are up. But I've never I can't get wrapped up in the Riot Squad at all.
Are you wrapped up in
Theme song
any
is way
women
too
wrestling
poppy.
though right now?
Well, even versus like like what's I can't remember what they're called, but
Absolutely.
no, I mean it feels so random.
Oh my god, did you guys hear, like, this is a little off topic, but did you hear
What is
Austin
happening?
like putting over like what is her, Mandy Moore, whatever the fuck her name is?
Mandy Rose.
As like, or Mandy Rose is like one of like better. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Austin. Like, I know you love blondes and you're sending out some feelers, but like, she's not good. Maybe she'll get there, but she is like as green as you could possibly be right now. And he was like, complimenting. Come on now.
She was on that last Tough Enough.
So
She was from that.
I was on Tough Enough too, and then I
that's
went to McDonald's and got insulted by Carmella.
No, that's what I mean. That's proof how green she was. She was on the last.
Yeah,
Tough
that's
Enough.
true.
She literally walked in saying, "I want to do this," and has gotten to this.
Well,
point.
that says a lot then. If she's
She's better
where
than
she is.
Carmella.
No, she was. She had that match with Alicia Fox, and it was dog shit. And
Yeah, somebody in the chat say that Ruby Riott has never done anything, no significant single feuds, wins, or anything. Carmella really didn't either, because technically she didn't win the Money in the Bank the first time around herself.
That doesn't mean she wasn't part of something significant.
Yeah.
Like the Riot Squad just doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, but they can make them matter.
Here-
That's why
No,
I'm
that's not what
okay.
that's not my argument. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying it's like they just exist. They just randomly show up and
Yeah,
then
I
they
agree.
randomly
It just
leave.
exists. It's true. I just wish they would fix that, because I would like more factions, not just for the women. I would love more factions in general. Like, the more, like, why'd they break up the Miztourage? That really pisses me off, because they were the perfect people to just feed to others, so Brian was protected until Miz was protected till he ate the fall later. So, like, I hate it when they have a faction and they're just there because. Like, do something with them. And Carmella's just never going to draw a dime. Nobody is going to see Carmella. And when she was my boy, that's because she was so terrible that she was fun. But that match with Charlotte had nothing going for it. It was just whatever.
It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
Like, Carmella looked like she was a deer in headlights. She had no clue what was going on. Charlotte was carrying her ass the entire time.
It wasn't that bad. Okay.
So I mean, here we go. We got someone saying Ruby Riott needs a big single feud. Ruby
Okay.
Riott needs a bigger chance.
She does.
Well, she's in the Money in the Bank.
Ruby
We're
Riott
working
needs
toward it.
plastic surgery.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
No, she stands.
I mean, everybody's
I
getting it
understand-
again. It
I
seems
understand
like.
that people
Different.
call her ugly and stuff, but her look makes her stand out. So I always notice her. Like,
Matt.
the moment she's in the ring, I'm like, you know what? I notice you and I pay attention to you. I can't say the same thing for Carmella and her ugly ass swimsuit-looking attire she comes out in every
Well, Matt,
I like her attire.
one might say she's not like most girls.
The attire's not bad.
There you go.
You know
So-
what I've been trying to say for the past bit
Yeah.
about Bomber's character thing. Yeah, Carmella might be a great character. I want more than character as champion.
Okay. Well,
I want them to actually be able to wrestle as well.
well,
and
that
defend.
was tell that to Hulk Hogan, because you know that was
Yeah, no,
know
he
what?
did enough to make it work. She didn't.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, okay. So here we
Come
go.
on.
Did you just compare Carmella to Hulk Hogan, by the way?
No, I compared somebody that wasn't good in the ring to who
Hogan
had
is good in the ring.
Hogan
He did what
actually
he had
was
to
good
do.
in the ring.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he just dumbed it down on
Japan stuff
purpose.
is real good.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
didn't have to do more.
He was awesome in Japan. It was so
Okay.
weird. It doesn't
Well,
look like
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I just
No, but
just
he,
don't care.
yeah,
Okay.
Carmella's not at that level.
Anyone who talks shit on Ruby Riott deserves an ACL tear. Just saying.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Pete.
So let's get on to the next match. Finally,
Super, what, wait.
Oh my
why,
God.
Why does it matter that I think she's ugly?
it does not. It's your opinion.
I'm not allowed to think she's ugly.
No, it's,
Hashtag-
of course you can.
Person.
Terrible looking.
Okay.
No,
Well,
You think Randy Orton is ugly?
I understand that some people think that I'm joking when I say it, but I legitimately.
I don't think you're joking.
super
I don't think you're
attractive.
joking at all.
I think she's super
He
attractive.
doesn't
No,
get
you
it.
wouldn't have kept it up for a couple weeks. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you're joking at all.
This is real life now, people.
I heard
And it's only because
and I'm not kidding either. I really do think she is like the
It's
worst
like-
looking person on television.
No, for Matt, it's like
No.
Stockholm syndrome. He's like, I like it. Oh god, I really do like it. I really do like it. And
Okay.
he
No,
just
I was
couldn't
always
get
a
rid of
fan of hers, though. I liked her when she was on the indie scene. I followed her career a lot. I know me and Lee are probably the only two that did, but she was
Well, I
great
know-
on the indie scene, and that's why I'm
I know
happy that
who's
she
gonna
got
watch the ride along.
Who's that?
Now, looks aren't
Oh,
everything.
Peanut?
Yeah, Peanut. Yeah,
And
Peanut's
you know,
right.
there are
Peanut's right.
plenty of ugly male wrestlers who have great careers.
No,
it should,
Roman needs to do something with that hair.
Okay,
Wow.
here we go. AJ Styles, Nakamura, no contest. I will say this.
I agree. No AJ Styles is much better looking than
The Nakamura. Yeah,
Arguably, so is Shinsuke.
yeah. I don't know about that one. He's a little.
No.
who's worse looking, Shinsuke or Ruby?
He's,
Oh, Shinsuke easily.
Yeah.
Shinsuke is kind of fucked
no,
up.
he's-
I don't know because I did just say Ruby was the ugliest person on TV, but
Yeah, but you were wrong about that. So it's
but
all right.
Shinsuke
Move
is
on.
really terrible looking.
How did
too.
this turn into
No,
a
no,
goddamn
let me-
beauty pageant? What's going on
No,
here?
me and Lee are.
Well,
Wait.
everyone's okay with it being a beauty pageant when it's about the girls. Why can't it be a beauty pageant when it's about the guys?
Oh, I agree. Hey, you know what though? Let me just say this, Lee. We get Ruby Riott to ourselves then, okay? Triple threat
Yeah.
match, naked in your bed with
There
your
you
whiskey.
go.
No,
I'm
you
all
know
up.
right now, impromptu. Who is the ugliest male wrestler so that we are fair? I would say probably Nakamura or
Nakamura
NXT,
or-
what's his name?
Active?
NXT. The short guy, but he's like their Lesnar. What the fuck is his name? I don't watch a lot of
Wait.
NXT, but he was in the ladder match.
Sullivan.
Oh,
Yes.
Sullivan.
Sullivan's ugly
Or-
as fuck. But it
or,
works.
I
He's
mean,
an ogre. He's a goddamn
No,
ogre.
no, Shinsuke is definitely worse looking than
He is. Yeah.
He is
Triple
pretty
H is fucking ugly too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's ugly, but he's real fit. So
Lesnar is super gross.
Uh,
Like he's scary gross a little bit. I would say he'd give Nakamura a run for his money.
no, because at least he's like, it's something about how skinny Nakamura is.
Yeah, I can see
Like,
it. When he
his
moves
face
too.
that's
It's
Weird.
like-
Everything about him looks bad.
yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you're not a Nakamura fan?
No,
Oh,
I am a Nakamura fan.
Okay.
That's my whole
He
point.
just doesn't want to fuck him.
just because Ruby Riott is ugly doesn't mean I have a problem with her.
So I think we covered the AJ Styles Nakamura match. Let's move on here. We're gonna go.
I want to
to-
say that this
I'm
when
I
this
think
I'm
it's
okay.
bad.
when
I'm
AJ
okay
Styles
with
was
that.
well,
was
I mean
good.
when
I thought it was
Nakamura's
good.
music hit,
I thought it was good. I just didn't
everyone
like
in the arena let out a gasp
What do you mean?
of like, "Oh my god!"
For Nakamura. Oh, his
Like
music's
this isn't
cool.
the main event.
Oh yeah.
No, they were like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
why is? That's
Why
when it
is
was
the
like,
one
oh
world
no.
title match not at the end? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the main event's gonna be Roman,
No.
and then everyone got a little upset.
Unfortunately, I instantly knew AJ wasn't losing the title right then, and
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
think
why-
it would
I mean-
end like this. But
Ugh.
It was a good match, bad ending. I'd say.
No,
I-
I wouldn't say it was that good of a match.
this was the best match that they've had on in WWE.
That's
I'll give
what I
you
was
that.
gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
They
It was
had-
better than Mania, and it was better than the Greatest Royal Rumble.
It was-
Easily.
It was slow starting, but they ended up picking it up near the end there. Like from the middle to end, it started getting pretty good. And I at first did not. I was mad at the ending that it was a no contest match with a double like.
There's no disqualification match.
Yeah, what did I say? Yeah, no.
You said no contest match.
Sorry, no disqualification match.
That's their next one.
But it was a double. They counted
There's
both guys out for not getting up to their feet. And at first, I was very mad. Like, how is that? That's not even a fucking thing. But I thought more about it in technically rule wise, I guess, if you want to think about it
It's a thing.
kayfabe wise. What?
It is a thing.
yeah, there's no
didn't think-
disqualification.
I didn't think
There
it
are
was.
countouts.
Yeah, I didn't think it was in a no
They've
DQ match.
specified that before. No, they've had it where it's no
Yes.
disqualification and no count out. This was only no disqualification.
Yeah, that's what. Like, I'm talking about first instinct. I was like fucking furious that this ended on a count out. It wasn't a count out, but you know what I mean. They counted them down, and
It was a no contest. The match just ended with no winner.
yeah. But I'm a little better now. I'm a little better now after thinking about it for a while. I'm not as heated anymore. I still think this needed Shinsuke winning though. Like to continue. I know they're trying to continue the feud, but if they're going to continue the feud, they can still have a match if Shinsuke wins the title. That still leads to another match down the road.
I
Or
think
could've been
Nakamura's screwed. I don't think he's getting the title.
I
at
do
all.
too. I
I
think
agree.
I think
I
this
want
proved
him getting
it.
the title.
this was his opportunity, and he still didn't get it done.
This is it.
I agree.
Story-wise, that's not good. Like, this was the one for you to win.
There's only one chance he has. If they are going to do a triple threat at SummerSlam, which I would be open to, of Styles, Bryan, and Nakamura, with Nakamura as the champion, I could see that. But I think that Nakamura has failed the test. And even though I say he's better as a heel, by the way, I do think he's better. I like his aggression. Like as a face, he had the same aggression, but it didn't fit. It was almost mean, where he'd do like the kicks to the back and stuff. So like he's a dick. I can see why Vince turned him, because he looked like he would be a dick in the ring. Like, why'd you just kick this dude that's supposed to be your friend? Like, kick him in the spine and talk shit. So I can see why Vince turned him, but I think he's completely failed. And it's not all his fault, although I do think it's a lot his fault, because he's lazy as fuck since he came up from NXT. But WWE's booking of him was really bad too. He never recovered from the gender losses. That was it. I mean, that was that. The reactions he was getting halved. He just the moment he lost to gender, nobody fucking cared anymore. And look at what they did with that. Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, Jinder's going places. Pointless. We'll get to that at the end of the show.
Oh yeah,
we'll get to that. Don't worry.
Must have missed my
but first of all,
message.
What was the crowd reaction like during this match? Besides the gasp at the end, did they get into this match, Peanut?
Well, that was at the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
When they realized Roman Reigns was the main event.
Well, did they shit on it?
Like I said, the people in front of me kind of ruined it, because they were chanting for like Enzo, Charlie Haas, E3C. We had
Charlie
an E3C
Haas.
chant.
E3C. Oh wow, wow! They know their shit. Okay.
They know their shit.
Yeah,
they call it E3C.
Yeah, that's great.
It was a good moment for me, because I'm smarter than them. I do a podcast.
That's right. You should have. Yeah, you should have told them that. Like, hey, I'm on a podcast, guys. Quit fucking this up for me. So you should have told them.
I was live chatting on our Facebook page at Jabba Radio.
Yeah, we don't have one of those. Cool. Yep.
We don't.
No, we do not have a Facebook page. No, we do not. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
But yeah, that kind of ruined it for me, because it was hard to actually pay attention to the match. And then another guy down the row was trying to be a big helper by telling the guy to shut up, which you shouldn't have done, because it didn't help. Just made the guy chant for like Sandman and stuff.
Fucking Sandman.
Oh my god!
What's with the Charlie Haas?
And then there was
That's
one guy
random as shit.
in front of him was sleeping, so that's where the crowd was at. But I like the match.
Wow,
was that JR? Was that JR in the audience? JR Nadine sleeping?
That sums it up pretty good there, I guess. No, I mean, I thought this match was the best that they've had so far. It did have a kind of shitty ending, but I agree with Matt. This, to me, proves that Nakamura is not getting that belt. He's done.
No. This was it. This was his chance to show Vince that he could take the heel turn and run with it, and it's just not there. Maybe it'll get there. I like the theme. I like the change of attitude. I love the low blow thing. That is a Vince thing 100%. Vince just has that vision of this guy is an asshole and he just low blows everybody. That's great. But the problem is that he didn't step up like he was supposed to step up. And Lee, I know I didn't see too much of him in New Japan, but I know Lee has said before that he's pretty damn lazy on most occasions. I think that he's just lazying it up. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, he's not passionate about it.
This is a fucking walk in the park for him in WWE compared to the shit he's doing in Japan. He's just making money. He's making tons of money. And I mean, this feud should be the premier awesome fucking feud in the company right now.
Shit.
And it's not. It's all these bullshit finishes, all this dog shit, stupid crap. And it's a feud over a title, and arguably the most important title in the fucking company. It's the work rate title. It's where you want to be. And they're not doing anything
according to the
it.
company.
We should be beyond excited that we've had this match 3 times for the WWE title, with more to come.
And I am not excited for the 4th match between the two.
I don't even know what the stipulation could be.
I'm
intrigued, but I'm like, it's the character. He had the match, he didn't get it done. He turned heel. Had the second match, and it went kind of to a fuck spot. So we got to go to a no DQ. And he still couldn't get it done. That should have been, I will low blow you to death to get that title, and he didn't. Well, then now what?
Probably like Last Man Standing or something like that.
Maybe I don't. But who'll answer it? Neither answered a 10 count just now. So why is it a Last Man?
I mean,
then it would be.
I could see that.
Probably will.
They're answering. Yeah, because they're hinting at it. I mean,
that's
they're
going to have the
I
same.
can see that, but yeah. Also, by the way, AJ's cheek got fucked up pretty good.
Oh, that was the best part of the whole match. It was a fuck
yeah.
up. It looked great though.
That had to hurt.
He threw the chair at Nakamura and the back end of the chair.
It hit him.
got him right in the fucking cheek and busted him open. That was funny. That was like the thing that woke me up a little bit during the match. Even though I was watching it and enjoying it, it's just when that happened, I was like, oh, like they could have taken advantage of that and gone to another level. But they just didn't.
The first thing that made me jump up was the first low blow is when that's when it really got super good for me. That's when I was like, okay, now we're fucking going. And then AJ came right back and gave him his. I was like, fuck, yes. That was it started out slow. It got pretty good, and then it got really good, and then just like went, hey, fuck, that nope. Yep, that's done.
They're gonna have a Japanese dick punch match for their final blow-off match, I guess.
Might as well. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna happen. We'll see what goes down, but
I have one question though, and everybody keeps making jokes about this. When is Styles gonna wear a fucking cup?
Yes,
I understand.
That's going to be the payoff for the feud.
Exactly, but why is it going to take him 4 fucking matches to decide? Maybe I need to put some protection around my genitals that
because he's a redneck and he's kind of slow.
And every SmackDown he's been around
as well. Southerners are.
Hey now. I was waiting for a fucking Rab to get in there. God damn it.
I think I understand why he's not wearing it though, because Vince is like, you need to wear a cup against Nakamura, and he goes, I don't want none.
Oh my god! But yeah, no. So anyway, after that, we had a completely, to me, useless. Like you talk about all the matches on the card that were like there was nothing there for it. This match right here, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Oh,
it was weird.
My god!
Yeah, it was just to put them on the card.
I like all 4 of these guys, but you talk about fucks given.
Lashley's going downhill real quick with me. His TNA heel run credit is almost up. He's boring as fuck, and he can't even like suplex Cass without killing him. So,
yes, he killed Cass. He did.
I honestly thought that he should have turned on Braun and just gone to heel fuck mode Lashley.
Yeah,
they cheered for you to come in. Cool. Now go bad guy. Just because you're better as a bad guy. He's so much better.
I don't know who watched Raw, but they put the nail in the coffin in Bobby Lashley on Raw this past week. So. He had a little sit-down, unfiltered interview.
Oh yes,
with Renee Young, and all he talked about was how much he loved his sisters. So that pretty much put the nail in the coffin for Bobby Lashley, unfortunately. And I really like him, but
dude, they're doing the same thing like with Roman. He's literally a destroyer. But no, look how likable this man is.
He loves his sisters.
No, let him just go destroy. Let him Goldberg it up. Let these guys do this for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much. Strowman did the same spots that he did on Raw, where he ran around the ring and just fucking plowed through Kevin Owens. It's funny. It was funny on Raw. I was dying, and then when I saw I did it on the pay-per-view, I'm like, wait a minute, you just did this like this past week. Wait, well, hold on, why are we doing the same spots? It was still funny, but that was the only highlight I can remember from this fucking match. There wasn't much else. They did a weird ending. The ending was really weird too, where Sami and Owens were like betraying each other by throwing each other in the ring and then getting the shit beat out of them, and then it was all really awkward, and it lasted way too long.
I feel like they have no like real plan for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which is fucking pathetic considering they're like some of the few good people on Raw, and yet they're just kind of treated like a joke team a little bit. Like what? Why? Both these guys are great.
And for the record, they have one random tag match like this, and neither of the 2 tag team champions had a match.
Don't even get nope.
They have 2 brands
don't even get started
with tag titles, and they didn't have either of them here.
Nope. Yep.
Because they had to have the Elias segment.
Yeah, they're done.
Right.
And you know what? I preferred that over the tag division because that guy killed that fucking WrestleMania. So, yeah, Vince proved. He said, "Hey, you guys, I don't like the tag division. Tag division sucks." And then to not even showcase any of the real tag teams on this show, that was like, okay, yeah, we're done here. We're done.
No, that's not.
That's true.
Completely done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right. I mean, like, why? I don't understand. Why is it that they do this all the time? There's always, like, just a dead period of a few years with the tag titles, and then all of a sudden they put effort into it. It's like, why can't they just put effort into everything all the time like NXT does? Because NXT always has their titles as an important part of the show.
Yeah,
so why can't the main roster that has way more production value and way more of a budget fucking bother with the tag team stuff?
Because Braun Strowman's more over than those guys are, and yeah,
exactly.
Well, also
because we got to put filler on our 3-hour show. We don't have room for your tag match.
Also, Vince really doesn't like. I suspect he really doesn't like tag team wrestling just because he doesn't like Southern wrestling. He thinks it's too carny.
I can see for that.
Like a lot of the sort of Southern wrestling territories, they were actually more based around their tag teams than they were even their world titles at some points. So, and you would have like your top stars would be, your tag team champions like the Rock and Roll Express or something like that, and they'd be in feuds with like the world title guys as well, and like singles programs. But they don't do that in the WWE. It's like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy for Vince. It's like this Southern wrestling tag team stuff is garbage, pal. And then he books it that way, and see, I told you. Well, okay.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It makes sense because like the ladder matches or gimmick tag team matches are the only thing that people really remember quite well. Besides, there's a few exceptions, but like Vince only seems to get behind the tag team division when there's like a big gimmick or if they throw some like 2 main event guys together as a tag team. But when it's just like the usual guys, there's no focus put on the tag division at all, and that's where we're at right now.
And whenever they get going good, it's like, all right, let's break them up. Let's get them apart.
Yeah, break them apart because it's time to put them as singles. Yeah, big time. I agree with Lee. I do think I've heard that before in the past that Vince. It's not that I've heard that it's not that he doesn't like tag team wrestling. It's that he considers it like a gimmick match. And because Meltzer talked about this a long time ago, it would be like if they had like 2 steel cage matches in a row, which back in the day would be unheard of. Now they TNA it up a little bit, but he just sees it as like, well, 2 tag matches is like the same match, like the same gimmick. So let's just do 1. So I could see that. But it's the stupidest fucking thing you can think of. Like if anything, tag matches should be way more prevalent on TV, on pay-per-views, because it saves feuds. Like you can have people wrestle without having a payoff. But they just don't do that. Instead, they'll just have Nakamura and Styles wrestle 1,000 times, with like false finishes and stuff.
Yeah, then you get the flip of the coin like New Japan, where they do way too many takes.
Like too many, yeah, I can feel that.
So here we go. This is the talker here. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe was the main event of the show.
This came on after 11 p.m.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
That's why I really thought I was shocked when it went on to have a regular match. Like, after Roman went through the table, I was like, okay, this is it, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it would be over with an attack, yeah.
Rest hold.
Here's the thing.
Whoever booked this shit should be fired.
The match started out on fire, man. They came out, they were brawling, they were going through the tables. The crowd seemed, at that point, fired up, ready to go. And then once the match started, it started out awesome, and then quickly, Joe just goes, all right, I'm going to put you in a headlock for about 45 minutes here. 45 minutes.
God.
Let's just sit here.
Oh, I bet you
like,
I bet you it was an agent's
Samoa
decision.
Joe gets...
Yeah, I think it was an agent's decision, too.
Who
I think
decides that? Why?
Let me say one really important thing.
Because Joe will choke you out. That's his thing.
The thing
and
is,
that's how they badly do it.
I suspect what their mindset was we need to get people to fucking cheer for Roman Reigns. Yep. So here's the way to do it. We'll fucking put Samoa Joe putting on these stupid rest holds, and they'll boo him. No, they'h just boo the match and walk out.
Yeah, they walked out. I have something very important to say before we go. Here we go.
Go for it.
Ooh, Sorry. It's my little Roman Reigns gauntlet. Yeah, I mean, awesome, so this I would agree with you, Jake. When it was announced as the main event, like we figured out it was going to be the last one. I was even hyped through the first like 2 minutes or so. Yeah, it was great. I was like, this is so cool for Joe. This is great. I was like, wow, he gets to main event after missing 2 WrestleManias, like main event one of the B pay-per-views. That's great. Like that's a big opportunity. And man, this match fucking sucked. Like, in every way you can imagine. And this answers the question, too, because so many people were like, oh, well, Lesnar beat Roman twice, so obviously the Roman experiment is finally done. No, it's not.
Oh, no.
No, it's not. No, not at all. He was supposed to be the babyface in this.
So weird.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You know why I thought he would lose? Because they would try to make it so, like, oh, man, poor Roman, hope he can get the next win. And they would have that misguided mentality to have him actually try to rally behind him to see him start getting wins again. That's where I thought it was going to go. I thought Joe was legit going to win and choke him out. So he'd be all sad in the ring at the end. People were like, oh, don't feel too bad, Roman. You can win the next one. And that kind of mentality, because I've seen that before. But no, he'll just win and invalidate everything else, because Roman's the best except for Lesnar. Okay. What?
I'm super curious, though, like, what they actually thought would happen when they... I mean, I kind of get, like, with the Nakamura finish, why... Maybe they didn't want that then to show or whatever. But why would they put this match last? And I get it, like the arena is sold out. It was a sold out arena. And as long as that keeps happening, they can do whatever they want. because they're still making money. But at the same time, people got up and left and were angry.
I've seen
and it was
how many people got up and left, because I've heard a ton of people left. I watched a video where not a ton of people left. I mean, maybe there like someone was like, check out all these people leaving, and I watched it and I was like,
it wasn't half
well,
the arena.
Not that many people.
I mean, it wasn't that dramatic. But
that's what they want you to say.
Well, let them say it.
Of course. But I don't know. I can't really give a percentage, but it was distracting seeing everyone walk up the aisle. Let's say that. Like, you can actually start seeing all the seats, but it wasn't half the arena. But
I mean, the number should be 0.
Yeah,
it should be 0. Yeah,
This has not been a news type thing until now.
Yeah, it was
like
definitely
people do
noticeable.
leave during the main event sometimes to beat the traffic. It always happens in these kind of things,
I
but
saw
not to a
like
level
a couple people
that
get
it's
up in front of me, and I
news.
thought, oh, these people are beating traffic.
Yeah,
and
no,
then I kept seeing more people get up.
Yeah, it's never happened to this extent. And I mean, what was the one dirt sheet bomber I think you posted about it where, because this was in the Northeast, Vince finally learned that maybe they don't like it because people walked out on Roman? I don't believe that.
Somebody
He's
else
blind.
posted that, yeah.
I don't even believe that either.
No, I don't believe that.
See, this match would have been received better if it wasn't the main event. Like, that killed it. And then they did win the crowd a little bit when he got to the table, but yeah, then the rest holds were like, okay, we know how this is ending.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird.
They were.
Is it weird that I always kind of thought this was the main event? I never thought it would be the WWE title. I kind of figured no, it's Roman's match is the main. I always kind of figured that.
But the thing was, I thought there's no reason like this match really
you're
didn't
right.
have
It
much.
shouldn't be, but I figured.
The reason that AJ and Nakamura weren't the main event is because of the finish. If it was a normal finish, it would have been the main event.
Go
doubt
back
that,
to go back to Punk's reign. He should have been main eventing, but it was Cena and Laurinaitis for fuck's sake was the main event one time. Like they've got a history of this sometimes when it's like, no, this match is bigger. It's Roman and Joe.
Well, then yeah, that's
which is cool for them, but.
But by the way, there was a run sheet that leaked out that showed the match list order and all of the agents for all the matches. And the main event, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, Michael Hayes was the agent for that match.
Ugh. That makes sense. It's like old school wrestling logic. Yep.
That was the only match that he was the agent for on the show. But
you'll lock him in the chin lock, and everyone will be going Roman.
No, when Joe came out, everybody. I loved that. I heard the Joe's gonna kill you. That was the great. I was like, yes, it's here. We're gonna get this. This is good. And it started out good, but nope.
They really think that they can turn Roman into a Daniel Bryan type, and by that I mean the underdog that will always get cheered. They think they can manufacture that.
He's not
I don't think they.
He's not the underdog, but
They
he's
don't
also
think
you
that.
can't manufacture that.
They can't think that. They can't.
They
think
obviously do though, because they've been doing it with him for 4 years now.
I disagree. I don't think they think of it in that way. They think, yes, he's got to be the guy. He's going to be the guy, and.
They constantly have sympathy on him. Like they're always trying to get sympathy on Roman, whereas like he should just be a total badass. I mean, we've talked about this before. He works when he just comes out and destroys his opponent. Like back in the day when he beat Sheamus for the title. That was at the peak of people hating Roman, but for that one night on Raw, they cheered for him because he just came out and just wrecked everybody. If they did that, I think that they would at least convert some people.
Or his
they stick
feud
to
with
this
Strowman.
And it works when he's like underdog type against like a Strowman or a Brock, to be fair, but not to the level of, oh no, poor Roman. No, we're not going poor Roman. We're like, come on, Roman, kick his ass. That's what the crowd.
They should have just had a fight. I mean, like there should have been no rest holds. There should have been no downtime. There should have been like a 10-minute all-out brawl. Like,
and it's
just
weird
going at it.
We know
that's
these
what
guys.
It was almost like.
We know these guys can do that. We know these guys can do that.
Right.
Easily can do it.
We've seen it.
That's why it strikes me as it was a booking blunder. Like they thought like maybe the crowd was going to be burned out, so don't bother like brawling, like do sleeper holds and rest holds and stuff. But this definitely felt like I don't blame Roman or Joe for this.
No,
I really do feel like this was management saying this is what you need to do to get Roman over. And at this point, Roman's never getting over unless he turns heel.
Here's the
That's
thing.
it.
Or he could tear his ACL.
No.
There you go. And
No, here's the thing.
super.
Here's
He'll
the
be over
thing.
wrestling.
somebody seriously needs to reconsider who's in charge of certain things. If they're like, all right, we're going to put Reigns and Joe in the main event, and Joe put him in a headlock for fucking 20 minutes. Somebody seriously needs to, like, be reconsidered in a position they're in to make that call.
100%
if that is the case.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can get on board with Reigns and Joe as the main event on this show. I mean, yes, it was weird. It was out of place, I feel, but I can get along with how it was because of the AJ and Nakamura finish. And the match started out good. If it just kept that pace up, or
it would have been great. It would have been great.
And both of those guys have it in them to keep that pace up. That's the thing.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was going to say just real quick. They're positioned as bigger stars for like it or not. They are. And that's why they main evented over Styles and Nakamura. That's just how. Well, that too, but that's how that is. But with the whole idea is Joe's like, I'm going to choke you out. You're going to choke. That's the whole thing. He shouldn't just get him in a hold and hold it. He should be going after it, and Roman should be fighting like mad to get out of it. Yeah, and that would have been cool as fuck. He'd be like, you're not getting me in this. It's like,
like a Shamrock thing. Like when Shamrock locked it in, you tapped immediately. Yeah. Like at most, you lasted 10 seconds. That should be what Joe's gimmick is.
Well, I didn't think of it as Joe being ineffective, but it just seemed like, dude, it's not working. What are you doing? You playing with your food? Okay, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
But that's not even that interesting. But Roman shouldn't have been like, oh God, no, I'm losing. He's like, fuck this, I need to get out of this. I know if he wants me out, I'm out, because he saw what he did with Brock, and we have history, and we don't forget these things.
He did pass out at one point.
But the whole thing is he should have been fighting back like mad. He shouldn't just be sitting there in a rest hold.
It should have just been energy. That's it, energy. It should have been like an old school Austin main event where Austin didn't do a lot of moves, but he'd come out and they would brawl in the crowd. They'd brawl everywhere. They'd take it back to the ring. They'd hit their finishers, get some false finishes. Boom, good match.
And you know what happens when The Rock got Austin the rest hold? He would kind of fade a little bit, reach out. Crowd gets behind him. Rock's like, no. Austin gets up again, and they keep going. Roman, they're like, come on, we'll do something, Roman. The crowd's waiting for him to do it. They're not willing him on. They're waiting.
My point before that. I just wanted to say that how many years we've been doing this, and how many more years are we going to continue to be talking about how they fucked up Roman Reigns
until they fix it? I feel.
How long is it?
But when will they fix it though? Like it's not going to be
Vince.
Won't.
You can't fix
it. What will happen is he will eventually get hurt, and he will come back to a monster pop.
Yeah,
and then
he'll be booed immediately, though.
Then he will immediately boot. And I'm not even joking.
Rap's been saying that for 6 years.
No, I've been saying that forever.
But if he doesn't,
it was never a joke. It was always what I truly believed.
6 years.
But everybody that's gone out has come back and been cheered like mad, and then they turn or whatever happens from there. That's the only way he's going to get cheered at this point if they keep going on this course.
I'll have him
compare
come out and cut a promo like, you guys, were the reason I came back.
Yeah.
You always had my back. And everyone be like, wait, no, he didn't. And then they boo him.
Lee can relate with this a little bit. We had Target in Canada for all of 2 years. The reason Target left Canada was they said, if we continue on this course of action, it'll take 5 years before we turn a profit, so we're shutting it down. My reaction is, don't do it for 5 more years then. Change how you do it. That's what this feels like. Fucking change it up. Do something different. It's not working.
Here's the thing. You have to know something is weird and something is wrong somewhere when on the house shows he is universally cheered. I've seen videos of on the house, people post on Twitter that hey, here's Roman Reigns coming out, and you don't hear anybody booing. All you hear are cheering.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, Peanut, how was that crowd?
It was booed.
Well, that was a pay-per-view. I said house shows, not on TV.
I just want to know what the pay-per-view crowd was actually like. Is it as crazy as it sounds
Everyone
on TV?
booed, but the guy that I mentioned earlier that fell asleep, that guy popped up, stood on his seat, and cheered for Roman Reigns.
Yes! That guy is awesome!
So Bomber, is your contention that
and then
the
he
majority,
chugged the rest of his Miller Lite.
Is your contention, Bomber, that the majority of the boos you hear are more just the crowd playing up because they know they're going to be on TV?
It's the cool thing to do. It is. It really is. It's the way of the fans nowadays. It's it's the cool thing to do. Everybody.
How many videos of people booing Roman Reigns on house shows do I have to show you for you to see that's not true?
That's not true at all.
Because all I did was Google Roman Reigns house show.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
here's
it's
my-
really not that long before you.
It's a bullshit excuse that they use
Bummer.
to keep their narrative going. That's all there is to it.
So
Here's my
you're telling me
counterpoint.
that they're giving me fake news on Twitter with these,
Oh, yeah,
with these
100%.
videos?
Yeah,
Oh, is that what's
of course they
happening?
are.
No, but
I'm
beyond
telling.
that-
I'm not
It's
saying
not-
they
it's
never
not-
cheer
no,
him.
it's
I'm saying
not
I've got
WWE.
videos here of him getting booed on house shows.
Yeah, no, beyond that though, Bomber, if that's what's happening, then they, as a multi-million-dollar company, need to figure out a way with their Hollywood writers to not keep doing the same thing and have it so he is cheered.
House shows.
How hard is
are
that?
Not are like nobody watches house shows, so like I don't care.
Oh.
Sure, he probably does get a
Well,
good reaction to house shows. Most
we
people
need
do
to
because
figure
it's
out-
an intimate setting.
We need to figure out a way to make this crowd like Roman whenever he's on TV once a week. How can we do that?
Look,
well, I don't know.
Their job is to write a script that gets me to do
cheer.
what they want. My job is not to do what they want.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
your job.
they need to convince the crowd to cheer.
They
They've
need to
done it
convince me to
for
go along with the
50
story
years.
they want. It is not up to me to go along with the story they want.
And we all know as long wrestling fans that it's pretty easy to cheer along and jump out of your seat when they do something cool. They've done it a lot. It's I don't want to say it's not that hard, because it is hard, but for fuck's sake, if they really wanted to, they'd figure out a way.
They had Ambrose,
But
like,
they
he
don't
did an
because
interview.
they're doing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they're not because they're doing Jinder versus Roman.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next. But like Ambrose did an interview a few years back, and he was like, "I don't understand why wrestling fans are so picky. Why can't they just have fun? Because it still has to be good, Dean. Like I'm not gonna go watch a shitty movie that I know has a horrible review score and I know it's bad, and be like, well, I mean, it's just a shitty movie. I'm just gonna have fun with it. No, I won't. I'll go see a good movie, Dean.
No.
Like I'm not gonna fucking
I see his point.
stomach shit.
I see his point because
I don't.
somebody on
I know you do, because you make that kind of argument here all the time.
no, because no, for real though. Somebody on
for real you do.
No, I agree, and I thoroughly believe. I 100% believe that it is. Somebody posted on our Discord channel today, as a matter of fact. I think it was. I don't know who it was, so I'm not going to name a name. But somebody said that they're getting burnt out on wrestling right now because there's too much behind. Like when they watch a match now, all they think about is all the behind the scenes drama and this and that. And it's not just.
That is.
And it's
that
not
is-
just.
That's their fault. But that's their fault.
And that's what Dean is saying. Like that's what Dean is saying.
Think about that if they weren't constantly shoving whatever they want done and just ignoring the crowd.
Yeah.
If they weren't always ignoring the crowd, we wouldn't have to think about why are they doing this
And
what
I
is
was gonna
behind
say,
this.
I've known. I mean, we've all known wrestling was fake, scripted, whatever, for a long time. But you still go wrapped up into it, and the story can be good enough to pull you out. It's called suspension of disbelief. I've reviewed movies that are bad and looking for the good fun in it. You can still find that, even though you know that that's not real. You can get it wrapped up in it. So when you have a wrestling match and you're all thinking about the paranoia backstage, bullshit politics, Roman this guy, that guy, if the match is good enough, you still disconnect and suddenly be like, this is awesome, go Roman. Oh, wow. They have the ability to do it. They're not implementing
Roman
it.
and
Or,
Roman
flat
and-
out, they don't have the ability because they haven't figured it out, and they're misguided with this one guy. A lot of other stuff is good and fine, and they're working this out, and it's all great. But they have Roman come out, and okay, if he's getting cheered at every single house show, cool. Tap into that and figure it out for TV once a week. It shouldn't be that hard. That is their job, to make the TV crowd forget the I'm going to boo him anyway. Have him do something so awesome. Holy shit, that was awesome. I'm cheering this guy now. That's all they have to do. I know it's easier said than done, but that's literally their job. You can blame the crowd for rallying behind Bryan every time or booing Roman, but you got to give them a reason to not do what they want to do if they're going to hijack. That's their job. Like it's not ours to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm impassioned on it, but
I understand what you're saying, Jake. I just disagree with it completely.
I'm just agreeing with what I see what Dean says when he says that.
I don't agree with you on it though, because I don't think Dean was talking about backstage drama. I think Dean was saying that people are judging the product so much that they're not just sitting back and having fun. But my argument is, why the fuck would I just sit back and have fun on something that's dumb and bad?
Well,
why? Why would I do that?
It's hard to turn a critical eye away.
His brain is all scrambled, obviously, because he's like fucking elbow deep into that fucking pussy.
Yeah. Well,
I give them credit where it's due. Roman and Strowman had great chemistry and really fun matches. I didn't sit here and bitch about it. I liked it. Overall, though, they're very good matches. But when they feed me dog shit, it's dog shit. I'm not going to be like, well, I mean, sometimes it attracts flies and then the circle of life, so I found the positive in it. No, it's shit. It's not good. That main event is not good.
Things get ruined before they even get a chance to happen, though. You have to admit
with the
that.
backstage stuff. So your argument is that so we know so much about the backstage going on that it ruins it. Well, that's their fucking fault because they opened up a network where they have to fill time and they're showing us more backstage shit than they ever have before. So at the end of the day, even if that's the case, they still are the ones that opened up, Pandora's box and are like showing us the inside workings. That's their fault. I mean, again, they can fix this, but they just refuse to do so.
Here's how easy it is to get around that kind of stuff. When Alberto Del Rio no-showed the Lucha Impact show, it was kind of making the waves like this guy fucked over. They're kind of screwed. They got to do this on the fly. And there was an awesome triple threat with Aries, Pentagon, and Phoenix. Well, I knew full well watching it live, shit went down, but you know what happened? The match was awesome and I got wrapped up into it. It's not hard. It's really not hard to do.
I can separate the backstage stuff and it just it's not hard for me to do that. I'll always think about it, but as long as a match is good, then a match is good. I don't care about what happened backstage. I just want good wrestling, and Roman just consistently is booked like something he's not. Like, just stop it. Just book him like a monster or book him like a heel. Stop this John Cena light shit because that's exactly what he is, and he has been that for 4 years now. It's annoying.
There's nothing Reigns can do except turn a heel is the only thing Reigns can do.
I think the monster push could work though, because again, even with Strowman, he didn't get booed as much as you think he would.
No, I think he would if he came out. No, if he came out and destroyed.
I think Bummer's right.
He's ruined. He is ruined. His career as a face is ruined.
If he Goldberged people and just obliterated them,
I disagree. That would make people turn him even more.
That's the only way. And to be fair, I'm not even guaranteeing that, but I think that's the only way it would work.
I don't think there's any shots. I think he needs to go heel. I think he needs to go heel. That's such a fucking cliche, smart bullshit.
Honestly,
but I don't think
it's
if he goes heel, he'll get the biggest cheer he's gotten in years.
I don't think leaving him as face was, no matter what he does as a face, it can work. I just think he's too far gone. He at least has to go heel first. Maybe after being heel, he can come back.
Oh, absolutely.
But where he is now, I don't think there's any way. Legitimately, I think there's no way he could ever be a face.
Nope. He's too far gone. And the thing is, I said this a little while back, and I stand by it 100%. When the only way you can get the heat off of Roman Reigns is to turn him heel, that's not good. Turn him heel and the heat's off of him. That is the opposite of the way shit works, and that is not good.
No shit. They're booing a face. They're booing a face.
They do turn people heel all the time to try and get a different reaction out. It's not like a desperation thing all the time. It's just with Roman, they just decided that it worked for Cena, so it's going to work for Roman, and business isn't doing terrible, so
honestly,
they're just going to let it go.
To say he'll never be a successful face ever or whatever, I've seen enough wrestling to know that's not true.
No, I think we're saying is never without moving to be a heel first.
He might get to the point where he's like Cena, though, because Cena does get cheered. I think more people like Cena now than not, but he's in like the Ric Flair part of his career, and that's where Roman will probably turn it around a little bit, but still, ugh.
No,
I don't want 5 minutes.
No, I agree.
I can't imagine Roman getting to where Cena ever was.
I couldn't imagine Cena would have gotten there, but he did, and Roman is going to.
Cena was never in a position as bad as Roman is right now.
He kind of was
never.
Because at least I have one point though. The quality of
maybe that one time
were awful.
I agree with you. No, because Cena, this has never happened before. People see Roman as just another Cena. He's even just a copy of something. Cena was kind of a first ever. This is weird, but all right.
And there was a lot of
Roman's a second-hand version of that, so that is not good.
Because I feel with Cena, the he's so controversial thing was true. With Cena, the crowd really was split, and you really did have those "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants.
That's true. I can see your point.
You don't really have that with Roman.
Roman's just hated.
Overwhelmingly
hated. Yeah. You're right. I give you that one. I can see
that. It's a big difference. Cena,
John Cena always
eventually Cena just won us over by no longer, Lol Cena winning. That's basically what happened.
What was that?
Yeah,
Peanut?
Just he
was
stepped
that, Peanut?
away a
I was saying
bit,
Cena always got a loud
taking
reaction.
over the title, and that's what happened with Cena. Reigns. When was the last time? When did Reigns have the title last?
Long time ago.
The Rumble with after Triple H, he beat
The
Triple
Rumble.
H, right?
Yeah, he had it. He lost it when he lost it to Rollins when he came back.
Well, he beat.
Brand.
Yeah, he
with the
lost
first brand
Yeah,
split
perfect.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that, he stepped away and he's lost matches, and
Yeah,
that
he's had
hasn't
the
helped
IC
anything.
and the US since.
That hasn't really helped anything.
So
It's not the same as Cena.
So let's.
Cena we were just sick of him. There was a large portion of the crowd just sick of him winning all the time. But there was still a large portion of the crowd who was perfectly fine with him winning all the time.
That's weird because I don't even compare. I don't compare the two really because there's a lot of differences between Cena and Reigns as far as like Cena is Reigns is a much better wrestler. I would rather watch a Roman Reigns match 9 times out of 10 unless Cena's facing AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but then again,
I don't know that I agree. But
on the
they're-
flip
they're
side,
up there.
yeah,
Yeah,
on the
that's
flip
fair.
side, Cena, I'd rather see a Cena promo 10 times out of 10 over Reigns. So they've got the opposite as far as one has all the charisma in the world and is a decent wrestler. The other one doesn't have much charisma and is a good wrestler. So
Cena is a really good wrestler if he has someone good to wrestle.
yes, I agree.
You know what, man? That they're John Cena. He's a rapper as well, and I've never seen Roman Reigns rap at all. I've seen him walk around with a vest
I don't know
on and
what
shit,
just
but
happened.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. They're very different. They're very, very different.
You need to get off my wife's Instagram.
So
Get
anyway,
off.
the final,
You're gonna play it off stage. Bummer.
the
The
final
problem is, who is comparing them? Vince McMahon, and that's what the problem is.
They got massive balls.
Yeah, we don't
pal.
know that. We don't know that. But anyway, final topic. Final
I
topic.
think
here.
Rab just hit it on the head.
I like that. I like that we don't know that Vince compares them, but Vince absolutely hates the tag division. Bomber will say one, but not the other. That's fucking bullshit. You know it.
I mean,
I'm calling you out on that.
I-
I am calling you out on that.
I mean,
shit
there
right
is
now.
evidence of that, 100%, but there's no evidence of the other.
There's
one.
no
There's zero
Fuck.
evidence for either.
no.
Zero evidence. Okay, well, I mean, which one of the
conjecture.
tag
us
teams?
nine.
is-
Show me Vince's tweet.
There's either tons of evidence for both, or there's no evidence
A-
for both.
There's
a 10-year
conjective evidence.
No, a 10-year-old was a tag team champion. Evidence submitted and approved. There you go. Done.
All the worker, pal.
Show me that Vince had the idea.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
It was Road Dogg who came
was-
up with that idea.
Show me who was-
Why would Road Dogg make it a raw decision?
Who's pushing
No.
Roman Reigns as the guy?
Roman
They-
Reigns? I 100. Okay, we're done here. All right, moving on.
All right, so
Right.
the next
Roman
segment
Reigns-
was
Move
Jinder
on.
Mahal versus Roman Reigns, and that's
Yes.
going to be the big feud on Raw.
Yes. So,
I thought it was
For
a prank.
title, though?
I thought
No, nothing.
That's-
when I got
sounds
that
great,
email,
so
I-
It's for love. They're battling for love, is what I heard.
to see who can kill Sunil Singh the most.
So let's walk through why this is stupid. Again, another big Jinder Mahal push where they didn't protect him going into it, and then they assume that he deserves to be in that spot. What the fuck? Like, why did he lose to Jeff Hardy? Why didn't he come in, make a big time statement on
Well-
Raw, and then that's when he fought Roman? Like, what is going on?
I'll tell you right now. They had to get the U.S. title over to SmackDown as well.
Then don't put it on fucking Jinder Mahal. Put it on anybody else who
could've-
could have taken it in.
Yes,
They could put
I
it on
agree.
Rusev and he kept it. Or-
That ruined the
or-
ruined the WrestleMania moment. Yeah, the WrestleMania match. I agree. That
This
negated that.
company, I just don't. I don't get them. Is the idea that they think Jinder is so like hated, as in like people think he's boring, that there's no way they'll boo Roman over Jinder. Like there's no way.
I believe so.
But you know what's gonna happen. That
I don't-
Jinder's gonna. If anything, Jinder's gonna come out looking like $1 million from this. Like Jinder's
don't-
gonna get a nice rub because he works with the #1 heel in the company, Roman Reigns.
Can't wait for the Punjabi prison match.
I don't know.
Oh,
Jinder Mahal is so bad.
prediction: Big Dog is going to rip open the Punjabi prison and walk out like a boss.
Yeah.
No.
He's
No, they're gonna have him
like,
climb up to the top and then fall down, and we're supposed to feel sorry that he can't climb back up.
He'll do a Superman punch on the Great Khali when he does another run in.
I can't think of any logical reason behind this match. I mean, besides,
Foreign heel. They won't boo him against a foreign heel, will they?
No, of course not.
That's got to be the logic.
This
they're
big
gonna
Tried
billboard-
and tested.
This big billboard backstage where it's like a crime, like in a police station where they're like connecting a thing, and they're like, and it's titled like, "How do we get Roman cheered?" And they have like little. They put like
X's on
Joe.
things.
They put Joe like a little string to it, and then like Vince walks up and cuts it, and then they grab like Jinder, put a string from him to Roman, and they're like, "All right, this will work. Here we go."
Well, okay, I guess we're being a little too critical because at least they're trying something different. They're
No.
trying
No,
something new.
no, they don't get that.
I
don't
will argue that only a little bit. They're trying a different opponent, but they're
Yeah.
not doing anything different with. No, but they're doing nothing different with Roman.
They're giving him a different type of
But
heel
he's
to
still
face.
going to be coming off of as the guy, the this, the whatever. He's going to get in the camel clutch, whatever, and Callis, and oh god, feel sorry for Roman. Look how bad this is.
I'm not
There's
disagreeing
nothing
at all.
different about his character. is
they're
gonna
going to main
happen.
event Money in the Bank.
I'm not disagreeing at
Jinder
all.
Mahal.
That's the
Also,
worry.
Jake, though, are you mad? Aren't you mad that like the way they've prepared Jinder for this, just like how they prepared him for the WWE title, like non-existently, they're just throwing him into something and going, "Yeah, he probably deserves it." Like, what the fuck? Have a plan.
But look how jacked he is.
He won his first. He didn't win a match on Raw until this past week. That was his very first win.
Yeah,
He
it's
fucking
fucking
lost the
stupid.
game in a rematch. Yeah.
Stupid. I don't understand this company. Fuck, man. I get it. You want Jinder to be a guy. Cool. I'm not opposed to that. Again, I think that he's fine on the mic. He's got a good look. He's just dog shit in the ring. Okay, fine. At least he's got two things that are okay. But at least protect his ass going into a big main event feud. And, like, what the fuck? I don't...
Well, he just beat Chad Gable.
Wow, that's...
In the rematch, when Gable beat him originally,
Well-
that was to get his win back.
Yeah, but that you don't remember that one. You're supposed to.
You know,
forget that
they
part.
made sure you knew when he won the
Nah,
rematch.
you're supposed to forget that part.
Yeah, because they did the
That's the-
fucking they did the Austin Bret Hart finish with Chad Gable and Jinder Mahal
Well, yeah.
in the first match. That was amazing.
Now, I understand that. That was to make it like a big deal for Gable as getting an important win. Cool. Yeah, but that is the guy who also kind of ended up damaging over for Mahal. That didn't work and just be like, oh, look, he's at this level as well. That's like, oh, Jinder, you've fallen. That's
weird.
It's
Go ahead.
risky when you do that.
I'm really worried that this feud is going to end up revising two of the worst matches from the past recent memory of WWE. I could see a Punjabi prison match, and I could see a fucking flag match as well.
Oh, God, you're so right. Oh, no. Flag matches are the worst.
I don't know if Roman would be in a flag match. I mean,
I
Well,
think
you were
He's
saying
going to be the
for
American
heel.
hero, dude. He's the American hero.
I don't know if they're gonna go. I mean, they might not go
You know,
that dramatic.
That's well,
I think they're desperate. That makes perfect sense. That sounds just like them.
I think they
I'm
are
looking up if
desperate.
we've had one.
No, I think they are desperate to be trying out Jinder Mahal against Roman Reigns to try to finally get Roman Reigns some cheers. I do think that's desperate, but I don't think they're desperate enough to do a fucking flag match again. That's a little.
Well, I do see that there is a simulated flag match between John Cena and Rusev, so that's probably a hint that we're gonna get.
No, that was because of
saying.
their match a while back. But yeah,
I know, but still, it's a hint. No, it's just like, no, of course they're gonna do it. They did that dog shit flag match with Cena and Rusev, which was, I'd say, easily the worst match of last year. Like
Yep.
that was just
That was
awful.
bad.
But again, I'm not opposed to the Jinder Mahal or Roman pushes. Just do them logically. Like listen to the crowd. Look at what they're doing with Rollins right now. They're listening to the crowd. They're letting him thrive, and he's doing great.
I'll tell you
Why
something.
can't they do that with Roman Reigns?
I'll tell you
Don't
something
understand.
great about Rollins. He just had a fucking great match with Mojo Rawley on Raw.
Yeah, he's on fire right
Did he?
now. He can't do
That was
wrong.
a great match. Him and Mojo. Are you kidding me? Him and Mojo.
yeah,
workhorse-
he's an amazing IC champ.
Yeah.
And he should be in the main event, and it's going to be awesome when he gets there again. He's killing it.
That
It's
was
great.
good.
I mean, if it's up to me, you know what would be a great SummerSlam main event would be have Roman topple Brock at whatever the next Raw pay-per-view is. I don't give a fuck. That's what it's called. WWE, I don't give a fuck. But have him beat Brock, and how about you have a really strong Roman as WWE Universal Champion going against Seth Rollins, who is a really strong Intercontinental Champion and have title for title. Because these guys are great together. I love that WWE title match they had where Rollins beat Reigns. That was a fun match. Why don't you put like the momentum behind the two best workers, in my opinion, that you have on Raw? Give them both the belts and make it feel huge. Like, make it a big deal. But instead, we're probably just going to get Roman and Jinder. And it'll be a flag match. It'll be a Punjabi
We're
prison.
not
It's going to be
getting a
fucking
flag
bullshit.
match.
It's just fucking...
It's
I
gonna,
hate
it's gonna
they
be a
just-
Punjabi flash match.
Oh god,
No,
a
that-
bad
The more
match.
Bomber says it's not going
I
to
heard
be, the
flash
more
match.
likely it's going to be.
Just book him right. That's all there is to it. It's not that fucking difficult. Like Jinder should have just been protected at the end, but he wasn't. He's been
Yeah.
a joke, and now he's gonna fight the top guy on Raw. Why?
So, well, you know, because he's got to.
Oh,
So yeah, we'll cover more of that on the next episode of Job Radio because we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. They'll probably have the Money in the Bank completely fleshed out, and we'll know who's going to be competing in that. Because right now it's only what not Roman Reigns, Rusev, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and The Miz. Right, those are the 4 right now as of this recording.
Yep.
Which is weird. Rusev and Braun Strowman. That's interesting for a fucking Money in the Bank match.
Yeah,
right
Rusev
away.
over Bryan, no less.
Yeah,
Because
that-
Cass beat him up
They
so
don't want
bad.
him in a Money in the Bank match.
yeah,
Yeah, they don't want him in a Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, because he'll have to win it and win
yeah,
it.
and
So.
yeah. That's the. You know what? That's the thing.
That's
man.
the honeymoon I talked about with Bryan. That's
Yeah, like in anything that he doesn't win, they're gonna be like, oh well, fuck this.
Yeah,
And
lots
that's
of dirty
unfortunate.
dice.
I mean, I wouldn't put him in that shit right now.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Yeah, save that.
You guys want,
He's
I don't-
not ready for it, but he can't lose anything right now. So
exactly. Unless it's against Big Cass, he should have lost.
I heard something interesting, by the way, just to like switch topics a little
I
bit.
thought we were-
When I was at the ClamorCon convention thing, they had a panel where one of the guys runs a company where they specialize in live streaming. But he mentioned something that I thought was really interesting. I need to find it because I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows of this. There's a wrestling company on Twitch that does shows. I don't know how often, but apparently their gimmick is that they will actually take suggestions from the chat of moves they do.
Oh my god! Did you
And
ever
that
hear
is
that one.
like really interesting. I was like, wait, what? And then he repeated it. He was like, yeah, they're doing really well because it's such an interesting gimmick that like they actually have the wrestlers interact with the
my
Twitch chat.
God.
let me ask Lee. What do you think of this?
I think
he
this
hates
is the
it.
biggest bunch of bullshit ever.
No,
Like,
that's terrible. That is
I like-
terrible.
No, I like it because it's making
No.
them stand out. Now I might hate it when I watch it, when I find it eventually.
I know. I
But
don't know if the
it-
company you're talking
very-
about is Wrestling Circus. They're a very big YouTube, Twitch company. Is it Wrestling Circus?
I haven't looked yet. I just literally heard that today in the morning during one of the panels. But like, I kind of like it because at least they're standing out and doing something different. Of course, I might change my opinion once I watch the thing.
Wait,
but what
I'm
an interesting
confused,
idea.
Like somebody will say, "Hey, he should do a power bomb," and like, how do they?
I have no idea, but that's the gist of
sounds
what I know.
horrible.
I think it's
I would totally watch that one time.
I
would-
want to see how they do that.
I would watch it one time and complain, "This is the worst shit I've ever watched." I'm going back to watch WWE.
every move is just a rock bottom.
I would.
Yeah,
I would-
Canadian
I would
Destroyer. Oh, Canadian Destroyer. Oh,
would
Canadian
just-
Destroyer.
Phoenix
would-
Flex.
I
Watch
would,
chin locks.
I'd
Put him in
fill
the
up
chin
my
lock.
fucking dirty diaper
Go
in
tap.
that fucking shit. Jesus
Goddamn
Christ,
peanut.
that's nuts.
It's interesting.
But, yeah,
are
thank
you
you.
okay to take some? I don't know if you have any more topics. A few like questions from the chat.
Okay. I was trying to wrap us up
Really,
Wow.
because
really looking forward to it.
we've been going long, but okay.
I'll take a couple. Is anybody upset? This is from Diener from the fact that Rousey has Roddy Piper's gimmick, basically. No, I love it.
Nope.
I think it's good. It makes people remember Piper really fondly, and she's very respectful about it. She's not like rubbing her face every week that she's doing Piper's thing. I think it's good, and also the fact that he would have given her his blessing because they were friends.
No,
so
he did give her the blessing.
I was gonna laugh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, people like, oh, how dare she do that? It's disrespectful. She had that in MMA,
Oh yeah.
and he gave her that name.
yeah,
She
so there you
asked.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
She had that
asked.
name for like a decade prior.
Yeah.
And her coming out in
and
his
wore
jacket
it well.
gives me a smile on my face.
Yeah, it's good. He would have
yeah.
loved it.
and
And
hers,
having-
hers too.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's literally the most respectful thing I can think of. There's nothing negative about it. She's not aping anything.
So she
It's-
turns heel and she says, "I'm glad he's in hell."
well, yeah. Well, don't forget too. That jacket was literally Roddy's.
Well, don't
Like,
tell
that's just-
superstar Billy Graham that, by the way,
Yeah. Oh God.
because
Yes.
he
not happy about
fucking
it.
he
'Cause he
fucking
thinks-
hates her.
Yeah, he thinks she's stealing it.
Yeah, he's like, she's a piece of shit, disrespecting
I mean,
the business.
You're talking about a dude who sold his Hall of Fame ring, so I don't really
Yeah,
much
literally,
credit to him.
Roddy's-
Superstar Billy Graham, go fuck himself.
Yeah, he's a
She
piece of
knows
shit.
nothing about this business.
Yeah.
Roddy's
Gotta love those
son
people.
gave her the jacket to wear, and then she gave it back after Mania. So like that's
But
fine.
this business.
This-
Next question. What's the next question?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody else put it, so they fucked up. You
Oh,
should have done better,
well,
chat.
there we go.
You should have done better, chat.
You guys want to
I will
take some
say, I will
questions
say,
here?
I will
I
say,
know-
she did look fine in that leather jacket.
Yeah.
She looks good. Yeah, she's
good.
good. She's not a very attractive woman in my opinion, but like again, once
Oh
they get
shit!
into the
We
ring,
just started this shit again. Here we go.
I don't. I
Ruby
just
Riot.
don't think Ronda's very attractive. Ruby Riot is like 100% more.
With Ronda, it honestly seems to be like I don't know. It depends. It depends on the day.
It really
on the
depends.
day. It depends on her
Sometimes-
makeup. It depends on if she's smiling or not. She's got a
Yeah.
very good smile.
Rab, did you watch a lot of Seinfeld back in the day?
Yes,
You remember the episode where Jerry was dating the woman that looked terrible in certain lighting?
in certain lights, right? So like, they had to sit in
Yes.
like certain booths at the coffee shop and shit.
That's rousing. Yeah, to me.
Great.
Sometimes she's smoking hot, and sometimes I'm like, oh, you could not be more or less attractive if you tried.
Though Ronda Rousey at her least attractive is still better looking than Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay, thank you. I can agree.
Hey, oh.
Okay, good. I can agree.
How about that?
with
How about
one.
that?
That's a good misdirect. That's good. That's good.
Good job. Yeah, I think that's it. There were no questions.
Well, there we go.
so-
Thank you for the one question. You're a mate. We
What a
love
great
our
Q&A.
we love our fans.
To be fair, I know Discord had a bunch for us, but we literally talked about all the stuff anyway.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, you want me to post these on Twitter, or you're just going to take them from here? I'm like, well, we're not really doing questions this episode. We're just going to cover everything recent. So
Yeah, but it was
anyway.
like it was silly stuff. Like, who's the next person to get back from injury? I don't fucking know.
yeah,
Like it's stuff like that.
Dean Ambrose,
Probably Dean. Yeah.
There's
yeah.
our answer. Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
So,
All right. Anyway,
actually, you know what? That's the
Maybe they'll wear big boy clothes.
Okay, here's
or something
a
like
question from the chat. Here's a question from the chat. What happens when you assume? That's just the question. I don't know.
Oh wait, I got it. From
make an ass
Under
out of
Siege,
yours, but-
Dark Territory. Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups. Only
There you
Scott will get that. There we go. Boom. Maybe Lee.
yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no
Fuck
idea.
Is that something Canadian?
Yes! Finally, I got to use that.
Yeah, it's Canadian rap. You got to be Canadian to understand.
Yeah,
that.
should I be drinking a Timmy's?
I don't even know what the
this
fuck
joke?
Timmy's is.
No, you don't drink a Timmy's. You drink a double from Timmy's.
Assumption.
That's right, double. I'll have a
So
double.
anyway, we're way over our fans' heads right now who hate Canada. So we're getting out of
Hey!
here.
One more. Thoughts on
Oh my
Charlotte-
God. Okay, go.
Thoughts on Charlotte's injury. I hope she gets better soon. Great question. There you go. The end.
Oh, you know
I
what?
also hope she gets better soon
I-
because
there-
her last job wasn't very good.
There was one question that I saw about Alexa Bliss. Do we think her injury is legit or kayfabe?
Well, she wrestled a match in England.
Yeah, kayfabe.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Answer.
Also, apparently, Charlotte is.
All right,
gonna
well,
be
thank you
staying
everyone for
until
tuning in to
SummerSlam.
Java Radio. I've been your host, Peanut, and until the next time, we'll see you guys later. Do 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 do.